సేమ్ పెట్టేసారా? Good afternoon. Yeah, so how was the CSAT? Right, so basically this year's CSAT paper was much on the lines of previous years only. We don't expected anything, we don't see anything new pattern in this. Most of the questions are on par with the similar like previous years, except few questions. Remaining all are just like the previous year questions. So what is the difficulty level of CSAT this year? As I said, that just like the previous years, it's moderate to little bit difficult. Okay, but most of the students felt that this year's CSAT paper was difficult. Is it true? Yeah, we'll discuss about that. Yes, there are some hard problems, there are some difficult problems. It's not that easy to solve those type of questions. But remember one thing, CSAT is not about scoring more. Okay, it is not that you are going to score 200 out of 200 or 100 plus out of 200. CSAT is basically what? It is a qualifying paper. Just you need to get 66 marks, right? So if you get 66 marks, you will get qualified. Now the question is this paper is that difficult to clear that 66 marks out of 200? No, not at all. See, to score this 66 marks out of 200 from this paper is not that difficult. So that's why I would say that this is a moderate paper. So if you look at the whole paper, you can see that there are some very easy questions. There are some moderate questions. Of course, there are difficult questions. That's why in classroom also, I told you that CSAT is not just about writing a question paper. See, the right strategy for CSAT is choosing the right question. It is all about, CSAT is all about choosing the right questions. You just read the questions first 1 to 20 questions if you don't get it. So you may thought that the paper was difficult. It is not like that. Somewhere in the middle you have some good questions, some very easy questions. So that's why in the first half an hour in the classroom also discussed that. So in the first half an hour, your job is to choose the right questions. There are some very good questions, very simple questions. Definitely, confidently, I would say that some 20 to 20 questions are very, very easy. We will solve it now. Okay, so that's why I'm saying that this paper is not that difficult. If you prepare well, this paper is not that difficult. Only thing is, you don't know the right strategy to choose the questions, right? So again, CSAT is just about choosing the right questions. If you choose the right questions, then you will easily qualify the CSAT, right? Okay, anyways, let's solve the questions one by one so that you will come to understand. It is set D, so we'll solve that set D questions, right? So from the first question we'll start. Here it is given that 1 by 3 is, the condition is given 1 by 3 is less than x less than y less than 2. 1 by 3 means that what? 0.33. So x and y values are there in between 0.33, 1 by 3 and 2. There are two statements are given. The first statement is x plus 1 by x is less than y plus 1 by y. The second one, root over 1 plus y square divided by y is less than root over 1 plus x square by x. Select the answer using the code below. So which of the following statements is correct? We have to choose the correct option. Which one is correct one? The first one or the second one? Okay, since x and y values are given in range of 1 by 3 and 2, it's better that you can assume the values. Let's say that x value 1 by 3, it is more than 1 by 3. I can take some value of x as what? 1 by 2. And y value, let me take that 1. So this y value 1, it is obviously y value is greater than this x value. So that's why I'm choosing that x value is 1 by 2, y value is 1. You can choose any values which satisfies this condition. By satisfying these conditions, you can choose the values of x and y. That is completely your choice. All you have to do is just you need to satisfy these conditions. Okay. Right, if I choose that x value is 1 by 2 and y value is 1, I take the first condition. What is the first condition? Let me check that whether it is correct or not. X plus 1 by x. X value is what? 1 by 2 plus 1 by x value means that what? 1 by 2 means that 2. Then finally what is this value? 2 2s are 4, 4 plus 1 is 5 by 2. 5 by 2 is what? 2.5. So x and 1 by x value is what? 2.5. And similarly, y plus 1 by y. Y plus 1 by y means that y value is 1. 1 by 1 value is what? 2. So 1 by 1 is 2. What is given here from the statement 1? It is x plus 1 by x is less than y plus 1 by y. If you look at that, 2.5, after substituting the values of x and y, I got it as 2.5 less than 2. Okay, so it is given that 2.5 is less than 2. Is it true? No. So the first one is wrong. Right? Clearly, by simply substituting the values, you can solve this question. Yes, first one is wrong. And let me take the second one. What is the second value? Second value, the second statement is root over 1 plus y square. Root over 1 plus y square value means that what? 1 plus 1 divided by y. Y means that what? 1. So it means that root 2 by 1, it is nothing but root 2. So the value of root over 1 plus y square by y is what? Root 2. And similarly, root over 1 plus x square by x. Root over 1 plus x square means that what is the value of x square value? X value is 1 by 2. So it means that 1 by 4 divided by x. Divided by x means that x value is 1 by 2. So now if you simplify it, 4 1s are 4 plus 1, 5 by 4. This 1 by 2, when I take it to the numerator, it becomes what? 2 by 1. So 2 by 1, when I keep it in the square root, it becomes what? 4, right? Then 4 4 get cancelled. What is this value? Root 5 is the value. The first expression value is root 2 and the second expression value is root 5. So it is given that this value is less than this value. You can clearly see that root 2 value is less than root 5. Right? It means that what? Second statement is correct. Okay. So which statement is correct? Only 2 is correct. Only 2 is correct. You understand it? Okay, so for whenever this kind of conditions are given, you can simply take the x and y values, you can simplify the value, so then you will get that answer. So answer is what? 2 only is the correct answer, right? Okay, let's take the next problem. It is set D question paper, set D question paper, right? Now, what is the minimum number of times one needs to measure to get 298 liters of water from a tank if the measuring cylinders have capacities 1 liter, 6 liters, 25 liters and 1 liters. Okay, if you understand this problem, it won't be a difficult one. You can say that moderate to little bit difficult. The whole idea of this problem depends on how you interpret the problem, right? So what is this? First let us let us understand the problem. What is the minimum number of times one needs to measure to get 298 liters of water from a tank? Okay, there is a tank. In this tank there is 298 liters of water. I want to measure this 298 liters from this tank. So I need to measure this 290 liters water from this tank. Okay, and what are the measuring capacities I have? The measuring cylinders capacities are, I have the capacity of 1 liter capacity I have, and I have the measuring capacity of 6 liters, 25 liters, 100 liters. By using this, what is the minimum number of times I can calculate that 298 liters of water? How it is possible? Okay, that number of how many number of times? Minimum number of times. This year we have 4 to 5 questions based on the minimum and maximum values. Okay, so analytically we will have to do it. Some of the questions this year are based on the minimum and maximum values. Here, to measure 298 liters of water, what are my minimum number of cylindrical capacities which I can use? Okay, so to get the minimum number of times, obviously I have to take that largest one, right? Obviously I have to take the maximum capacity of cylinder. So I take that maximum cylinder of capacity, that is 100 liters. So I can choose that 100 liters. This is 298 liters. Again I can take that 100 liters. So the same, by using the same cylinder of 100 liter capacity, again I can take it, and again I can take that 100 liter, then it becomes what? 300 liters. But I need to measure that 298, right? So it means that what? I have to take out that. So here I have to take out the 2 liters. 2 liters capacity is not there. So I use that, instead of 2 liters directly, I use that 1 liter and 1 liter. So minus 1 liter, minus 1 liter. So first I take that 100 and 100 and 100 liters capacity cylinder, then I'll get 300 liters capacity, but I require that only 298 liters. It means that what? Again I have to pour down into it. So it means that what? I have to subtract 1 liter and 1 liter. So total how many times I'm using? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 times. So minimum number of times one needs to measure this 298 liters of volume of tank by using 5 times, right? You understand it? So answer is what? 5 is the answer. The correct answer is 5. All right? Okay. Let's look at one more problem. It is a little bit time consuming, but we can certainly do it if you understand the problem. See, in exam we always choose the right questions. It means that whatever the questions immediately we can do it, that type of problems we'll do it. This is certainly doable problem, but it takes time. This type of questions you always attempt in the last. If you don't understand anything, if any problem you don't understand, or if you find out that that problem will take time to solve, then obviously you do it at last. Okay, don't go for ego. So if you can't solve this, so you don't lose the marks. Just remember that when you are writing CSAT exam, it is to get 66 marks. Of course, you can put a target of 80 marks. You don't need to solve each and every question. If you try to solve each and every question, then obviously you can mess up this question paper, right? So this type of question you can always take it in the last, right? But you just look at this problem. There are 4 types of weights, namely 1 kg, 2 kg, 5 kg and 10 kg. Okay, so I have the weights of 1 kg. I have the weights of 1 kg. The weights are 1 kg, 2 kg, 5 kg and 10 kg. Okay, I have the weights of 1 kg, 2 kg, 5 kg and 10 kg. What is the number of different ways one can measure 20 kg? If at least 8 but not more than 11 weights of 1 kg are to be used while measuring. Okay, so now what is the problem? I have that 1 kg and 2 kg, 5 kg and 10 kg measurement weights. I wanted to measure 20 kgs. I wanted to measure 20 kgs of weight by using these 4 measurements. How is it possible? Okay, if you don't take the condition, generally in how many ways you can do it? There are multiple ways that by using these measurements, how do I take that 20, how do I calculate the 20 kgs of weight? I can take the 10 kgs 2 times, right? That is one type, and 10 plus 5 plus 5. Likewise, we have number of combinations, right? But here the condition is given. What is the condition? So while you are measuring this 20 kgs, at least 8 but not more than 11 weight of 1 kgs are to be used. It means that while you are measuring this 20 kgs, you should use 1 kg weight. You should use 1 kg weight. Minimum how many times? Minimum 8 times. While you are counting the 20 kgs weight, the 1 kg weight should be used minimum for 8 times and maximum for how many times? How many times? 11 times. Okay. Now it happens so in how many different ways that, or in how many ways that I can calculate, that I can measure that 20 kgs weight. You understand the problem? Okay. Let's take the scenario one by one. The first scenario. Suppose if I take that minimum value of 1 kg is what? 8 times. Okay, suppose let's say that 1 kg weight I use it for 8 times. Then what is the remaining value? Then my remaining value is, so total weight is 20. This is 8. It means that 20 minus 8 means that the remaining weight is what? 12 kgs. I have to weight that 12 kgs. 1 kg weight is already, I use it for how many times? 8 times. So 1 kg weight is already done. So now by using the remaining measurements, I had to get this 12 kgs. How is it possible? In how many ways it is possible? Let's find out that this 12 kgs can be possible. 10 kgs I use it for 2 times and then 2 kgs. Then I'll get that 12 kgs, right? This is 1 time. Next, what is the other possibility? So 5 plus, sorry, the first one is 22, right? So we need to get only just 2 kgs. The first one is, because I need to get the 12 kgs. Already I used 1 kg for 8 times. So it means that the remaining weight is what? 12 kgs. This 12 kgs can be used by using the measurements 2 kgs, 5 kgs and 10 kgs. It can be done in this way. See, this 12 kgs can be measured by using the 10 kgs weight and 2 kgs weight. 10 plus 2 is 12 kgs. What is the other possibility? 5 plus 5 plus 2. So is there any other possibility? Yes, by taking the 2 kgs 6 times. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. Okay. So are there any other ways that I can get 12 kgs from these 3 measurements? No. It means that how many times I'm getting it? 3 times. So it means that to get 20 kgs, 1 kg can be used for 8 times. The remaining 12 kgs can be used in 3 different ways. So the total number of possibilities is what? 3 ways. Okay. So this is a minimum number. 1 kg can be minimum used for 8 times and maximum usage should be 11 times. It means that what are the other possibilities? The other possibilities, it can be used for 9 times. When I use 1 kg for 9 times, what is the remaining one? 20 kgs plus 9 kgs means that the remaining weight is 11 kgs. This remaining 11 kgs weight should be, how do you take it? I can't take the 10 kgs because if I take 10, the other one should be 1 kgs. But already 1 kgs weight is used. So I can't take that 10. Next, even if I take that 5, okay, how it is possible? How do I get 11 kgs? By using this 2 kgs, 5 kgs and 5 kgs. You can take it like this: 5 plus 2 plus 7, 7 plus 2 is 9, 5 plus 2 is 7, 7 plus 2 is 9, 9 plus 2 is 11. Then I'll get that 11 kgs. Okay, so the only way that I will get 11 kgs weight, total sum is 11 kgs, by using 3 measurement is 5 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. So it means that this happens for only 1 time. Okay, next similarly 1 kg can be used for 10 times also, because minimum is 8, maximum is 11. So 8 times and 11 times. Now suppose if I use that 1 kg for 10 times, what is the remaining weight? 20 minus 10 means that 10 kgs is the remaining weight. Now again you just tell me that how do I find out the 10 kgs by using these 3 measurements? One is by directly taking the 10 kgs, another one is by taking that 5 kgs 2 times, another one is by taking the 2 kgs 5 times. Okay, so total how many times? Total 3 times again. Finally, the maximum value of 1 kg can be used is what? 11. 11 times if I use 1 kg, then the remaining weight is what? 20 minus 11 means that 9 kgs. This 9 kgs can be measured in how many ways? By using these measurements. That is the only 10 anyway not possible. 5 if I take that, the other possibility is plus 4. It means that it can be done in plus 2 plus 2. So it is only one way. So now you can look at that how many total ways that I can measure this 20 kgs. If I take that 1 kg is for minimum 8 times and maximum 11 times. This is a 3 times, 1 time, 3 times, 1 time. So total 3 plus 1, 4, 9, 4 plus 3 is 7, 7 plus 1 is what? 8 times. What is the answer? 8 times. Okay, so 1 second. 8 times is the answer. Let's options there will be. Just look at that. I think that options. Yeah, options are given wrong. So basically the correct options are, it is printing error, but in your main question paper the options are given like this: 7, 8, 9, 10. This is actually given 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is printing error, typing error. But in the exam, actual exam, the options are given as 7, 8, 9, 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so it means that about option B is the correct one. It is bit time consuming, so you can always do this type of problems in the last. So obviously it takes time. Obviously it takes time. So even if you attempt this type of questions in the beginning, just leave it if you don't get that answer in 1 minute. Right? Don't spend too much of time in one question. See, generally why people say that the paper is lengthy or it is very hard, because you are selecting the wrong questions. You are doing the wrong questions. Okay, but see, we will see that. Okay, so just if you cross some problems, we have very good questions, very simple questions. You have to select those type of questions first. Then you feel that the paper is not that difficult. Right? Anyways, the answer for this question is what? 8. Okay, next, average related. See the question. So the class average X in a test increases by 4 when the score of a student is rectified whose corrected score is 100 instead of 0. Later the score of another student was found to have been recorded as 81 in place of 56. If there are no other corrections and final corrected average is Y, then what is the value of Y minus X? And also the question is moderate. We need to understand it. See the class average X in the test. Initially, what is the original average? I mean, initially the average is X. But the average is increased by plus 4 when the score of a student is rectified whose corrected score is 100 instead of 0. Initially, one of the students' mark is entered as 100 instead of 0. Okay? Original average is what? X. After that, instead of 0, 100 is taken. So after that it is corrected. Then the final average is increased by what? Plus 4. Okay. Later the score of another student was found to be recorded as 81 in place of 56. Okay. First of all, when there is change in the average, so basically we know the formula of average. Average means that what? Total sum divided by number of observation. And similarly, change in average, whenever you do the problems on change in average, okay, rectification in the average, then it is change in sum divided by number of observations will remain same. So what is the change in average here? The change in average is 4. Okay, change in sum means that what? The only change is 100 instead of 0. It means that what is the difference? Difference is 100. Change in the total sum is 100 only, right? So the change in sum is what? 100 divided by n. 425. So now I can say that from this, there are 25 students in the class. There are 25 students in the class. So while you are finding out the change in average, that is equal to change in sum or change in the complete value divided by n. What is change in average? Earlier it is X, then it is increased by 4, means that what? Change in average is 4. And also what is the change in sum? One of the students' marks are given 100 instead of 0. It means that the change is what? The change is 100, right? So 100 by n means that 25. So there are 25 students. And also it was found, later the score of another student was found to be recorded as 81 in place of 56. Okay, in place of 56, it was taken as what? 81. Okay, in place of 56, it is taken. It means that he has taken more. 56 is the original score, but he has taken 81 means that he has taken more, right? How much more he has taken? That is 25, but it is minus 25. From the total sum we have to reduce minus 25. Why? Because it is actual score is 56, but what is the entry you mark? 81. It means that what? Obviously it is increased by 25. When you compare with the original one, that is increased by 25. So in order to balance it, I have to subtract minus 25. Yeah, so then change in sum is what? The change in sum is 25. Similarly, what is the change in, so this is change in the total sum, change in the total value. Then what is the change in average? Average means the change in sum divided by, when you, so average, change in average is equal to what? Change in sum, that is 25 divided by n. What is n value? 25. So it means that what? 1. So what is change in average? Minus 1. Okay. So there are no other corrections and the final corrected average is y. If you represent the final average is y, so let's find out that what is the final average, final corrected average. Initially what is the average? The initial average is x. Next it is increased by how much? It is increased by 4. And finally, so in place of 81, in place of 56, if you write 81, what is the change in the average? Obviously, if you change the numbers, there will be a change in the average. 81 in place of 56 means that obviously there is a change in the average. What is the change in the average? Minus 1. Then y is equal to what? X plus 3. Now finally, what we need to find out? Y minus x. Y minus x value is equal to what? 3. So y minus x value is equal to what? 3. So 3 is the final answer. Again, you need to look at the problem, you need to analytically understand the problem. See, all these problems will be time consuming when you do it in the exam, because you need to get the right idea. And also, so this year paper 1 was difficult and most of the students were in the process of not getting into the, not in a position to write the CSAT paper, because obviously the paper 1 affects paper 2 also, right? See, for this type of problems you need to pay little bit attention, right? Okay, this problem also you can do it last while you are doing in the exam. Next, yeah, so this is one of the simplest question we can solve. This question you can easily solve it. Moderate question. So 3 variables x, y, z, take the values of 3 variables. Just read the question. The question is 3 variables x, y, z, take the values of 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, x, y, z can take any values from 2, 3, 4, 5. If m and n denote the largest possible value and the smallest possible value of the expression x into x star y plus z. Okay, m is what? M means that maximum value of this expression. What is the expression? The expression is x star y plus z. Okay, this is m. M stands for, what is m value? M stands for maximum value of this expression. N stands for what? Minimum value of this expression. Minimum value of x star y plus z. Okay. So if you break down the words, definitely you will understand the problem. So what does it mean that m stands for maximum value of this expression, n stands for minimum value of this expression. What are the x and y values? X, y, z values can be taken from these values. See, first one, m is what? Maximum value. How do I get the max? Okay, so the next question is 10th one. Suppose x, y, z are variables taking positive real numbers as their possible values. It is given that y is directly proportional to x. Y is directly proportional to x means that we write it like this. Y is directly proportional to x square. Next, x is inversely proportional to z. X is inversely proportional to z can be taken in this way, right? And also the z value is given 7 by 25. Then the values of x and y are 5 and 50. Okay, so z values are 7 by 25, then x and y values are 5 and 50. Now the question is, if y value is 98, then what is the value of z? Okay, y value is 98, then what is the value of z? So here y and z, so we need to get the relation. Since the question is asked z value, we need to find out the relation between y and z. Okay. So first from these two, we get the relation between y and z. So this, here it is x square is directly proportional to y, x is directly proportional to 1 by z. So I'll take the square of x, then it becomes what? X square is directly inversely proportional to z square. X square is inversely proportional to z square, y is directly proportional to x square. So from these two, what do I can conclude? So this is x square, x square is common. So then finally I can take it as y is inversely proportional to z square, right? X square is common here. Y is, finally I write that y is inversely proportional to z square. See, if x is inversely proportional to y or p is inversely proportional to q, then how do we write that? P into q is equal to constant. So final values are what? P1 q1 is equal to P2 q2, right? So similarly here y is inversely proportional to z square means that what? We can write that y is equal to constant by z square. So finally y1 z1 square is equal to what? y2 z2 square. What are y1 and z1 values? The first values are taken as y1 and z1. The second values are y2 and z2. So y1 value is what? Y1 value is 50 into z1 square. Z1 value is 7 by 25. Z1 square means that what? 49 divided by 25 into 25, right? 7 by 25 whole square. 7 square is 49 divided by 25 into 25 is equal to y2 value is what? 98. Z2 value we need to find out, right? Z2 square. See, 25 2s are 50, right? So again 49 1s are 49 2s are 28. This 2 get cancelled. Finally, what is the value remaining? 1 by 25. So 1 by 25 value is Z2 square. But we want that Z value. It means that Z2 value. What is Z2 value? Square root of 125, which is nothing but 1 by 5. So Z2 value is what? 1 by 5. Option B would be the right answer. It is related to the directly proportional and inversely proportional. Okay? See the next one. So this problem can be solved. Not a difficult one. So P, Q or S, T are ranked from 1 to 5. So here the ranks of P, Q or S, T is given. The ranks of P, Q, R, S, T. Ranks are taken from 1 to 5. P to S, P to T, P, Q, R, S, T. For these 5, ranks are given from 1 to 5. The rank of P is directly given. What is the value? 4. Rank of P is 4. The rank of Q is not 5. The rank of Q is not 5. The rank of R is 1. The rank of 1 is what? R is what? 1. The rank of S is not 2. The rank of T is what? Not 3. Okay, now you see that. So what are the ranks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Already the rank of 4 and the rank of 1 is perfectly taken. P rank is 4, R rank is 1, means that 4 and 1 ranks are already taken. Now coming to the Q. Okay, 1, 4 is already out. That is P and R values. Okay. So now what is the possible ranks of Q? So from the remaining one, 2, 3, 5, already it is given. It is not 5. It means that it can be Q rank can be 2 or 3. 2 or 3. Right? And similarly coming to S. 1, 5 is already over. Here it is given that S should not be 2. Then the remaining 2 values are what? 3 or 5. Finally T value is not 3. It means that it is from 2 or 5. Okay. So the rank of P is 4. The rank of Q can be 2 or 3. The rank of R is 1. The rank of S can be 3 or 5. The rank of T is what? 2 or 5. Here 2 statements are given. So we have to find out that which of the following is correct. First statement, if I take that, statement 1 if I take that. If the rank of S is 3, suppose if the rank of S is taken as 3, here it is 3, S rank is what? 3. So 3 is already taken, it means that Q rank then becomes what? 2. So 2 is already taken, it means that the T rank would be what? 5. If I take the rank of S is 3, then what is the rank of T? Finally I got 5. But here it is given the rank of T is what? T. So it means 2. It means that the first statement is wrong. Similarly the second one. If you take the second one, what is the second one? If you take the rank of Q is 3, if you take the rank of 2 is what? 3. So rank of Q is 3. Okay. Then what is the rank of T? Okay, I already taken this rank of Q is 3. It means that what is the rank of S? 3 already taken. It means that the remaining one is 5. 5 is already taken for S. It means that what? T rank should be 2. But what is given here for T rank? 5. So the original rank is what? 2. So it means the second one is also wrong. So neither 1 nor 2 is the answer. It is also a simple question, you can solve it. Right? Next. 7 persons A, B, C, D, F, G travel by 3 cars X, Y, Z. Okay, there are 7 persons and these 7 persons are traveled by 3 cars X, Y, Z. A and another 2 of them travel by X. So 3 cars are given like this, X, Y, Z. X, Y, Z or the 3 cars. Okay, so X, first one, if you take that, A and another 2 of them travel by X. Okay, who is traveling in the car X? A is traveling. Apart from A, there are also 2 more people are traveling in car X. Next, only E travels with G. This is the important statement. Only E travels with G. It means that E and G must travel always together. Since only E travel with G is given, means that this E and G, only these two people can be travel in the one car, any one of the car. So what is that car? That car we will see it, but whenever we take that, this must be done in only one single car. Okay. Next, C travels by Z. C travels by Z. C travels by Z, but B does not travel by Y. So here it is given that B is not traveling with, and also it is given that A and B do not travel in the same car. A and B do not travel in the same car means that what? So A is traveling in X car, so it means that B should not travel in X. So now you can see that B is not traveling in X or Y. Then obviously B must travel in Z, right? Yeah, so we know that, so total 7 people, this is 3 people and 2 people, but E and G is always together. It means that obviously E and G should travel in which car? Y. So E and Z. So here A, E, Z, C, B are over. Then the remaining cars are what? F and D. Okay. So this is the final information we got. In car X, the people who are traveling is A, F, D. In car Y, E and G are traveling. In car Z, C and B are traveling. Now, which of the following are correct? No one travels alone. That's true, right? No one is traveling alone. So here 2 people, 2 people, 3 people. So the first one is correct, obviously correct. The second one, only D travels with F. Only D travels with F. But apart from D and F, A is also there. So we cannot say that only D travel with F. So D and F, apart from D and F, A is also traveling. So second one is wrong. Only C travels with B. That is correct. So C to Patu, so the remaining person is B. So what is the final answer then? So which of the following is correct means that the first one and third one are correct. The first one and third one means that option B would be the right answer. Okay, so option B would be the right answer. Next. This type of problems are not usual in CSAT, and especially this type of problems are common in CAT. Right? In CAT, this type of questions are always asked. See, there are 4 statements X, Y, Z, W. The relations are as follows. If X is correct, then so is Y. It means that if X is incorrect, then Z is also incorrect. If Y is incorrect, then W is correct. If W is correct, then X is incorrect. Basically, to do this type of problem, so there is a proper, a very simple theorem we have. Suppose if P is true, then Q is also true. If it is given that if P is true, then Q is true. If it is given, then you should write it like this. Negation of Q, it means that it is written like this. Negation of Q implies to negation of P. It means that, suppose if I say that if P is correct, then Q is correct. Then you can write it in reverse like this. You take the opposite of this. Diagonally you take the opposite. So here Q is correct. Now you take that Q is not correct. Then opposite one. So P is not correct. If P is correct, then Q is correct. Can be written as what? If Q is not correct, P is not correct. So these 2 statements are same. When I say that P is correct, Q is correct, then it means that if Q is not correct, P is not correct. Suppose when I say that, let's say that if P is correct, Q is not correct. This symbol actually represents that not correct. Then you can write it like this. Opposite of this. Opposite of this means that what? Q. Q correct. Then you take this opposite of this. Opposite means that what? So it means that if Q is correct, the meaning of this statement you can also write it as if Q is correct, P is not correct. Suppose if P is not correct, Q is also not correct. Then finally how we can conclude it? You take the negation of this statement. Q is correct, then P is correct. So this statement meaning you can also write it as if Q is correct, P is correct. Right? So now it is given like this. If X is incorrect, it means the negation of X, then so as Z. It means that what? Z is also correct. It is given that if X is incorrect, Z is also incorrect. How do you write the final statement from this? So take that reverse of it, diagonally opposite. So opposite of this is what? We take that Z is correct. Then opposite of X is what? X is correct. If X is not correct, then Z is correct, not correct. Can be also taken as what? If Z is correct, X is also correct. What is the next statement? If Y is not correct, if Y is not correct, then W is correct. Okay, again you take that opposite of this. Here if you take this, yes, if W is not correct, then yes, opposite of this means that Y is correct. If W is not correct, Y is correct. You take the next statement. If W is correct, then X is incorrect. x is incorrect. Again you take that negative statement, negation of the statement. So x comes here, if x is true, then y is not correct. So from the given statement we can also conclude these expressions. Now first statement is given like this, if x is correct then y is, so is y means that what? The first statement is given as if x is correct then y should also be correct. Is it true? Let's see this. What is given? If x is correct, see if x is correct, what is the relation? If x is correct, from this y is not correct. If y is not correct, finally, sorry, if x is correct then w is not correct. If w is not correct, from this y is correct. So finally what we can conclude, if x is correct, y is correct only, right? So if x is correct then so is y, means that what? If x is correct then finally y is correct. So first one is correct. The second one is if z is correct, if z is correct, so I take this statement, if z is, see finally we'll see that what happens. If z is correct, x is also correct. If x is correct, what is the implication we get? W is not correct. If w is not correct, then certainly y must be corrected. So finally what is the relation between z and y, right? So z and y relation we are finding out. If z is correct, then obviously y must be correct, right? But what is given, if z is correct, then it is not necessary that y is correct. But what we got it finally, if z is correct, y should be finally correct. 100% is correct, not necessarily, necessarily it should be correct. Okay, so second one is wrong. Finally what is the answer? Only one is true. Okay, so if you get this type of questions, you can just simply take these statements. Next. See, it is given that in an objective type question paper, 5 marks are awarded for a correct answer. Okay, there is an exam, objective exam. For each correct answer, how many marks you are getting? 5 marks you are getting. You are getting 5 marks. Okay, you are getting 5 marks. And 2 marks are deducted for every wrong answer. For every wrong answer, how many marks you lose? 2 marks. A student attempted all the questions, okay, and also got the score of 69. Let's say that there are, he attempted X correct questions and Y wrong questions. Okay, he attempted all the questions, but there are some correct questions and there are some wrong questions, wrong answers. How many marks he got? 69. Okay, from this you tell me that each correct question carries 5 marks. Likewise, how many questions he attempted? X. So what is the total number of positive marks he get? 5x. And also the negative marking is 2 marks. How many such type of questions he attempted? Y. So it means that he will lose 2y marks. So I can say that 5x minus 2y value is equal to what? 69. Right? 5x minus 2y is equal to 69. Next, suppose had he been awarded 4 marks for a correct question. Now let's say that suppose if the correct question is carrying only 4 marks and wrong question, for every wrong question he will be deducted only 1 mark. Okay, then how much score he got? 84 marks, right? Again, anyways, the number of right questions and wrong questions would remain same. Now what is the total number of marks he get? For every correct question he will get that 4 marks, means that 4x. For every wrong question he will lose 1 mark, means that what? Minus y. So what is the total number of marks? So we'll get the 2 equations. All we have to do is solve the 2 equations. So here 5x minus 2y is equal to 69. Here 4x minus y is equal to 84, means that 2y is there. I multiply with 2. Suppose if the whole equation, if I multiply with 2, 2 4s are 8x, minus 2y is equal to what? 168. Minus plus minus. Minus 2y plus 2y get cancelled. So what is this value? Minus 3x is equal to, so 99. So minus minus get cancelled. X value is equal to what? 33. So what is the x value? X value is 33. You can also substitute this x value into one of the equations. Suppose if I substitute that x value here, 4 into 33 means that 132, minus 84 is equal to y. So what is the y value? Y value is 48. Okay. Now how many questions were there in the question paper? How many? See, he attempted all the questions, and the number of correct questions he attempted is x, and number of wrong questions he attempted is y. So total number of questions means that what? It means that x plus y only. So total number of questions is nothing but x plus y. So it is nothing but what? 33 plus 48. 81. So option B. So 18th one, option is B, right? Yeah. Option B is the right answer. Okay. This also you can try it. Next, yeah. So this is in fact very, very simple. We know that we also discussed the unit digit. Unit digit. We know the rules also. First number, 6 to the power of 6 to the power of any number. What is the unit digit? 6. And what is the rule for 7? If any number ends with 7, the rule is what? 7 to the power of 3 is not 7. In order to find out the unit digit of this number, first we divide the power with 4, take the remainder. What is the remainder? 0, 7 divided by 4. So 3 is the remainder. Okay, 7 cube. Finally you take that 7 cube. 7 cube value is what? 343. So 6 into 3 means what? 18. 18 means that what is the unit digit? 8. 8 is the unit digit, which means that option C. Okay, unit digit is very, very important topic, and we discussed in the classroom also. A very, very simple topic. When 6 is there, directly you can take that unit digit as 6. 6 to the power of any number is 6. When 7 is there, we divide the power with 4, and then we simplify this power into some small value. 7 cube value is 343, but we require that only unit digit. 6 into 3 is 18, so 8 is the last number. Right, very, very simple question in the first go only. So that's why I said that while you are attempting, there are minimum 20 questions which you can immediately solve the answer. Okay, so it won't take that much time. Within half an hour you can attempt the 20 to 25 question. You always have to choose the right questions. Next, this problem is also easy. A person saves, very basic problem, and based on the percentages. A person saves 10% of his salary every month. Okay, every month he saves 10%. Let's say that since the problem is given in percentages, you can always take that the base value is what? 100. Let's say that his income is 100. How much he is saving? 10%. 10%. It means that 10 rupees. Then you tell me what is his expenditure. If his income is taken as 100 rupees and he saves 10 rupees, then obviously what is his expenditure? 90 rupees, right? So next, suppose if his salary is increased by 12%, income is increased by how much? 12%. 12% means that it becomes what? 112. And the expenditure is increased by 10%. What is his expenditure earlier? 90. 10% means that what? Plus 9. Then it becomes what? 99. Right? So then what is that savings? Now the income becomes 112 rupees and the expenditure becomes 99 rupees. Then what is the savings? Income minus expenditure means that 13. Earlier his savings was 10 rupees. Now his savings were 13 rupees. Then how much it is increased? For 10 rupees he saves 3 rupees, right? The difference is 3. Okay, but it is for 100, right? So it is nothing but what? 30%. You understand it? Simple. Basically, what is the percentage increase or percentage change means that you know the difference divided by the minimum value. So 3 is the difference. So 3 increase for 10 rupees means that for 100 rupees how much it is increased? 30%. So answer is what? 30% is the answer. Another simple question which you can easily solve it. So the next question. Okay, so blood relations. This is also very simple. P has a son and daughter. P, just draw the family diagram. P has one son and one daughter. S is mother of T. S is mother of T. So we write it like this. S is our spouse. Spouse means that what? Husband or wife. S is husband. S is spouse of R means that S is already, we take it as female member. It means that wife. Then R must be male member. And Q and R are children of P. So Q and R are children of P. Okay, we already know that P children are this, one boy and one girl. Already I know that R is a male member, so R must be placed here, Q must be placed here, right? This R is married to S. This R is married to S, female member, and their son or daughter is D, right? Now this is the family tree diagram. And then how is Q related to S? How is Q related to S? You see, R and Q are what? The relation between R and Q, they are siblings. Now we had to find out the Q relation with respect to S. Q relation with respect to S means that S husband's wife. Husband's wife means that what? Here it is given that. So husband's sister, husband's sister. Directly given that Q is sister of the husband of S. Okay? Q is sister of husband of S, right? Instead of given as sister-in-law, it is simplified like this. So answer is what? Option D. 24th one, option D is the right answer. Okay? You can always attempt this type of questions. The first few questions are a bit difficult, but later on we have a simple question. Next, again this is a simple question. Just look at the problem. How many 3-digit numbers can be expressed as an integral power of 2? Okay, so it means that very simple problem again. If you take the integral power of 2, what is meant by integral power? Integral power is nothing but integer. Okay, integer powers. If you take that 2 power 1, so powers of integral powers of 2 means that 2 power 1, 2 square, 2 cube, 2 power 4, 2 power 5, these numbers. Okay. These numbers, if you take that, how many such 3-digit numbers will get? So suppose 2 power 1, if you take that 2, 2 square 4, 2 cube 8, 2 power 4, 6, it is a single digit, but it is 2 digit. We want that in the list of 2 powers, how many 3-digit numbers are there? So from where do I get that? Say 2 power 5 is 32, 2 power 6 is what? 64, 2 power 7 is 128. Here I am getting that 2 power 7 is what? The 2 power integral power is 128, which is a 3-digit numbers. Now question is, how many such 2 power integer numbers are 3-digit numbers? Let's count it. 2 power 7 is 128, 2 power 8 is 256, and 2 power 9 is 512, and next 2 power 10 is what? 1024. So but we are asked to find out the 3-digit numbers. How many 3-digit numbers we got? Only 3. So answer is what? 3. In fact, few questions, like some 10 to 15 questions will take that very less time. Within 30 seconds we can solve such type of question. Okay, so this problem is also very easy. The final answer is 3. Next. Yeah, this is related to the syllogism. In syllogism we can use that formula, or we can use that Venn diagrams also. Suppose if you take this, every red is a blue, every blue is green, every green is yellow. Every is nothing but all. Okay, we know the condition of all. What is given is all red or blue. Let's take that Venn diagram only, so directly I am taking that all red or blue. So how do you represent that all red or blue? So this is the Venn diagram, we represent all red or blue. Next, every blue is green means that all blue or green. So all blue or green can be taken as this. Every green is yellow. So green is this, yellow is this. In fact, very simple, right? Now P, Q, R statements are given. Which statements are correct? We have to find out. The first one, every blue is yellow. Every blue is yellow. Let's look at this. Blue is here. Blue circle is this. Yellow is this. Yes, blue circle is within yellow. So it means that obviously it is correct. Okay. Next, every red is green. We can see that red is here, green is here, right? Every red is part of green only, right? So we can say that every red is green. Second one is also correct. Every red is yellow. So red is here. Yellow is representing this circle. This red is also part of yellow. So it means that this one is also correct. Which one is correct? We have to find out that all 3 are correct. P, Q and R are correct. So option D. Again, a very simple problem. You can see from the last few questions, 6-7 questions are very easy. Last 6-7 questions are. Next. Again, this one, this we did in the permutations and combination. But even generally also we can do it. But the simplest way to do this problem is by using the permutation. The same type of question was asked in previous year questions also. We also discussed in the classroom. How many times does 5 appear in all 2-digit positive numbers? Suppose if you are taking that 2-digit numbers, how many times does 5 appear in 2-digit numbers? In 2-digit number, what are the possibilities we have that 5 can be appeared, right? 5 can be appeared in unit digit, or 5 can be appeared in tens place. These are the only two ways, right? 5 can be appeared in unit digit, or 5 can be appeared in tens place. If 5 is used in the units place, then here already one number is used. So now the possibility is what? We can use any digit from 1 to 9. It means that how many possibilities we have? 9 possibilities. Or if I use 5 in the tens place, 5 is already fixed. There is only one possibility. 5 is already fixed in the tens place. One possibility. Now this we can use any digit from 0 to 9. Right? 0 to 9 means that how many digits we have? It means that at this place I can use 10 digits. So how many possibilities I have? 10 possibilities. R is given means that R means that what? Mathematical meaning of R is plus. 9 plus 10 is 19. Again, very simple question. Just if you practice previous year questions, this CSAT question paper this year is very simple. That's why I said that if you practice every question from the previous year questions, you can easily qualify it, right? 19. Or else you can also, if you don't know the permutations and combination, still you can do it. What is the condition in 2-digit numbers? 5 is appeared for how many times? What are the possibilities? So you can take that 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95. Okay. So 5 units in units place, how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times. And similarly, 5 can be also used in 51, 52, 53, likewise up to 59. So 5 is used in tens place, how many times? 10 times. 10 plus 9 means that 19 times. Again, a very simple question. If you do the permutations and combinations, this was a basic question, alright? So 19. Okay, bit time consuming, I mean just 1.5 minute or 1 minute to 1.5 minute, but still you can easily do this problem. Okay, just if you read the question. Not a difficult problem. X travels 6 kilometers on a cycle with an average speed of 5 km per hour, 10 km per hour and 4 km per hour during the first 1 kilometer, next 2 kilometers and the remaining 3 km respectively. Okay, let us take this statement first. X is traveling 6 kilometers, but this 6 kilometer, it is given that this 6 kilometers is not traveling with the same speed. Okay, the first 1 kilometer, next 2 kilometers and the next 3 kilometers, it is taken like this. The first 1 kilometer, next 2 kilometers, next 3 kilometers. The first 1 kilometer distance, with how much speed he is moving? 5 km ph, right? The next 2 kilometers with a speed of 10 km ph. The next 3 kilometers with a speed of 4 km ph. You understand it? So this is the distance and this is the speed. Okay, this is the journey of X. And similarly, if you take that Y travels the same distance, that is 6 kilometers with average speed of 4 kilometers. Same distance means that what? First 1 kilometer, next 2 kilometers, next 3 kilometers. With average speeds of what? The first one is with 4 km per hour. In exam, you don't need to write it everything, you can directly write it. Just because I'm explaining, I'm writing everything. So next 2 kilometers with a speed of what? 10 km ph. Next 3 kilometers with a speed of 5 km ph respectively. Okay. So again, this is the distance and this is the speeds. These are the speed. This is the journey of X and this is the journey of Y. How many minutes early will Y complete the journey if both X and Y start at the same time? So it means that how many minutes early will Y complete the journey? Okay, so it is nothing but what? The time difference. What is the time difference between X and Y? Okay, so if I came 5 minutes early than you, it is nothing but time difference, right? Early and, I told you already, early and late represents the time difference. Immediately you can take the time difference. So you find out the time. What is the time? Okay, time means that what? Time means that basically the formula is distance by speed. Let's find out the time for x. What is the total time he has taken? Time is what? Distance by s, distance by speed. This is 1 divided by 5. The first 1 kilometer journey, what is the time he has taken? Time is what? Distance by speed. Distance here is 1 kilometer, speed is 5, so 1 by 5. Next, distance by speed, 2 by 10 means that what? Again 1 by 5. Next is what? 3 by distance by speed, 3 by 4. Directly I am writing. So finally this is what? 2 by 5 plus 3 by 4. If you simplify it, 20, 5 4s are 8, 4 5s are 15, 23 by 20. Okay, 23 by 20 hours. If you simplify it, it is 23 by 20 hours. At the same time, y value also, y time also, if you take that, what is the time taken by y? Again, distance by speed, the first time is 1 by 4. For the next 2 kilometers journey, the time is what? 2 by 10. 2 by 10 means that 1 by 5. Next one is 3 by 5. 1 by 4 plus 1 by 5 plus 3 by 5 is what? 4 by 5. 20, 4 5s are 5, 4 16, 21 by 20. Okay, x take, what is the time taken by x? 23 by 20 hours. What is the time taken by y? 21 by 20 hours. So here, how many minutes early will y complete the journey is nothing but what? Early or late, it denotes the time difference. So we had to take the difference between the two times. What is the difference of, what is the time of x? 23 by 20. The time of y is what? 21 by 20. What is the difference? The difference is 23 by 20 minus 21 by 20. It is nothing but 2 by 20. 2 by 20 means that what? 1 by 10. So 1 by 10 hours. Okay, 1 by 10 hours, but it is asked in minutes. So how do you convert hours into minutes? Multiply with 60. Hours to minutes means that 10 6. So answer is what? 6 minutes is the answer. 6 minutes. I'm explaining, that's why I write all these steps, but in exam you don't need to write all these steps. Again, it is a moderate one, so it is bit lengthy to solve it, but the question is simple. What is the formula we use? Just a simple formula we use, that time is equal to distance by speed. Here 5 4s are 20. Okay, 5 4s are 4 into 2 is 8. 4 5s are 5 into 3 is what? 15. 15 plus 8 is 23. 23 by 20. Okay. Next, yeah, this is a bit analytical one. Just read this one. Here it is given that 7 cubes are given. Okay, all these 7 cubes are identical in shape. The shape wise they are same. It looks like same. But out of this, the weight of each of the 6 cubes is equal, and the weight of the remaining cube is less than the weight of any other cube. A balance is used to identify the lightest cube. Then what is the minimum number of attempts required to differentiate or distinguish the odd cube with certainty? Okay, what is given? There are 7 cubes. The cubes are like this. 7 cubes are given like this. Let me name it to understand it in a better way. So D, E, F, Z. Okay, likewise 7 cubes are there. Okay, all these are identical in shape. Shape is exactly the same for all the 7 cubes. But weight of each of the 6 cubes is equal. Out of 7, 6 cubes weight is same, but one is different. 1 cube weight is different from the remaining all 6. Each out of 7 cubes, 6 cubes weight is same, but one is different. What we need to find out is a balance is used to identify the lightest cube. Here I want to check that which one is the lightest one. Okay, among these 7, 6 are same, but one is lighter one when you compare with the remaining one. In order to check that, I use the balance weight. Okay, balance weight ఉంటుంది. So I use it like this. Okay. In order to find out this, what is the minimum number of attempts required to distinguish between the odd cube with the certainty? So here it is the most important word, with certainty. Okay, it's not that randomly you choose some, you have to tell the answer with certainty. Okay, how do you do it? So balance, when you are using that, you keep some of the cubes here and some of the cubes here. Let's say that ABC cubes, we place it here, DEF, I randomly choose any 7, so since 6 of the cubes are equal weight, so 3 I keep it on left side, 3 I keep it on the right side, the other one is different one. Okay, so what are the different possibilities I have here now? The first scenario is maybe all these A, B, C, D, E, F are having the equal weights. If they are having the equal weights, it is exactly the same. Okay, so when you are measuring this, that is exactly the same, right? So tells the same level. So A, B, C, D, E, F. This is one possibility. Then obviously we can say that G is the lightest one. The other one is what? Only Z. If I take that A, B, C here, there are 3 possibilities. Either the weight of left side and right side might be same. If it is left side and right side is same, then we can say that certainty, with certainty we can say that the other one is the right answer. G is the lightest weight. There is another possibility. ABC might be greater than DEF. Then it means that what? This is also a possibility, right? Then it means that the lighter weight is there in the DEF only. Okay, now I need to know that in this DEF, which is the lighter one. What should I do? Again, I have to measure, right? Again, I keep one of the cube here and another cube is here. Again, there are 3 possibilities. D can be E or equal, then F is the different one, or D is the greater one, then E is the lighter one. So in any case, what we are getting is we have to measure it one more time, not with the single time. Single time, only if these 2 are equal, then we get that answer. But we can't say that these 2 are equal, right? There might be chance of this can be less, or there may be chance of ABC is less. It means that in order to find out this or this, which one is less, again I'll have to use it for one more time. Now you tell me that how many times I'm using it. So first one, this is one time I'm using. Okay, maybe I'll get that answer or not. With certainty we have to say that in order, if it is 1, this is a worst case. If certainty is not given, then we can use it for only one time. But since it is asked for certainty, I'll have to again take these values to measure it one more time. So this is one time. One more time we have to measure it. So the total number of minimum number of attempts required is what? 2. Right? So answer is 2. Next, another simple question just based on the directions. Directions we know that, right? This is east, west, south, north, and right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right? Simply, we draw the diagram. A person is facing the east, okay? One person is facing towards east and travels 4 kilometers straight. Let's say that this is the starting point, my starting point. He travels 4 kilometers straight. 4 kilometers straight means it like this. East. Okay, how many kilometers? 4 kilometers. Then he takes the right turn. Towards east, right means that what? Towards down. How many kilometers he travels? 3 kilometers. So he traveled for 3 kilometers. Then further travels left. Now in which direction he is moving? Towards south. Towards south. Left he is taking. Left means that what? Towards east. And travels 2 kilometers. How many kilometers? 2 kilometers. Finally he takes the left turn. So finally takes the left turn means that what? Towards east. Left turn means that towards up. How many kilometers? 3 kilometers. 3 kilometers means that this is the final point. Right? The minimum distance between the final point and the initial point, first we need to find out. What is the minimum distance? So this is the starting point and this is the final point. Both lie on the same line. So what is the minimum distance? Minimum distance between the 2 points is always the straight line, right? So this is 4 kilometers and another, how many 2 kilometers he has to travel? 2 kilometers. 4 plus 2 means that 6 kilometers. So the minimum distance is what? 6 kilometers. and the direction in which the person is facing at the final point. Finally, in which direction he is moving? Finally, in which direction he is facing? Towards north. So answer is what? 6 kilometers north. It is not from the starting point, or it is not from the final point. The question is what? The direction which the person is facing. Okay, now he is moving towards the north direction. So obviously he faces towards north direction. Finally, the answer is what? 6 kilometers north. Option D would be the right answer. Okay, ma'am? Option D would be the right answer. Next. Number series question. So we know that number series questions are very common in CSAT, but this year only one question was given. Letter series is given, letter repeating series, and one question is from number series. But the beauty of this problem is it is not given directly. Most of the students did not recognize this as a number series. In fact, just if you look at the, into deep, like if you just go into deep, it is in fact, the logic is also given. Just if you understand it is related to the number series, the problem is very, very simple. What is given in a sequence of numbers? Whenever he says that sequence of numbers, the problem is related to the number series, right? It means that the numbers are written in the series sequence. Each number other than the first two numbers is sum of the two immediately preceding numbers. Okay? It means that here only it is given that logic. Logic is here, logic is given here only, right? Except, what is that logic? Except the first two numbers, except the first two numbers, rest of the numbers, for rest of the numbers, okay, it is nothing but sum of the first two preceding numbers. And also it is given that what? The first two numbers in the sequence are 4 and 7. In the sequence, the first two numbers are given, 4 and 7. Logic is given. What is that logic? Except the first two numbers. For the remaining numbers, what are the numbers? Sum of the two immediately preceding numbers. So when it comes to this number, it is nothing but what? It means that sum of the first two preceding numbers. 7 plus 4 is what? 11. Again, when you take this number is nothing but sum of the two preceding numbers. 11 plus 7 is what? 18. Again, when you take this number is except the first two numbers, the rule is applicable for remaining all numbers. Right? Now, when you write this number, it is nothing but what? 39. And this number is what? 57. Right? See, 7 plus 4, 11, 18. This is 29. 29 plus 18 is what? 47. Okay? What we need to find out then, 6 number is, this is first number, second number, third number, fourth number, fifth number, sixth number. What is that number? 47 is the answer. So answer is what? 47. Okay? So basically the problem is generally number series problem, but it is not given directly. Okay? Right, let's look at the next question. Again, a simple ratio based question. This problem can also be done in an easy way. So what is given? The ratio of male to female workers in two companies A and B is given. Okay, male and female ratio of company A and company B is given. Company A, male and female ratio is what? 13:10. Company B, male and female is given as what? 7:5. If both the companies have the same number of females, okay, company A and company B will have the same number of females. Generally, we know that in ratios, suppose if it is 2:3, you can take the two numbers as 2x and 3x, right? Similarly, in company A, the male and female ratio is what? 13:10 means that we can take it as 13x and 10x, right? 13x and 10x. When it comes to B, 7:5 means that you can take that male and female values are 7y and 5y. What is given? The number of, if both the companies have the same number of female workers. Female workers are same in company A and company B. Same means that what? In company A that is 10x, in company B that is 5y. So 2x. So 2x value is equal to what? Y. Okay, the relation between x and y is what? 2x is equal to y. Now what is the question? What is the ratio of the total number of workers in A to those of B? Total number of workers in A to total number of, finally what we need to find out, total number of workers of A to total number of workers in B. So total number of workers in A and total number of workers in B. What is the total number of workers in A? 13x and 10x means that 13x plus 10x is what? 23x divided by B value is what? 7 plus 5 is 12y. Already we know that 2x value is equal to y. So 23x is equal to, instead of y I can use the 2x, right? So 12 into 2x. 12 into 2x is what? 24x. Just you have to keep the value of y here. Y value is equal to what? 2x. 12 into 2x, 24. So x get cancelled. Finally the answer is what? 23 to 24. This is also simple. You can see that number of questions we have we can get that answer in a simple way. Another one related to the LCM and HCF. Before this, you already know that when LCM and HCF are given, I already told you that when LCM and HCF and two numbers involved, you always remember that the relation between LCM and HCF and two numbers. What is the relation? LCM and HCF of two numbers is equal to what? Product of two numbers. The two numbers LCM and HCF product is equal to product of those two numbers. If two numbers A and B is given, product of these two numbers A into B is equal to product of their LCM and to HCF. This is a very, very important rule. I told you to remember this, right? If the product of HCF and LCM of two different numbers is cube of one of the numbers. Okay, first let us take two numbers. Suppose if I take the two numbers are A and B. What is given? The product of their LCM and HCF of these two numbers. The product of their LCM and HCF is equal to what? The final product is cube of one of the numbers. We choose the two numbers as one and A and B, right? LCM into HCF of these two numbers is cube of one of the numbers. Cube of one of the numbers means that you can take that A cube or B cube, right? Because it is cube of one of the numbers, you can choose that A cube or B cube. Let me take it as A cube. Okay, this is what is given in the problem. But we also know one more rule. The basic property of LCM and HCF of two numbers. What is the property? LCM into HCF is equal to what? Product of two numbers. What are the two numbers we take? A and B. So A into B. From the given problem we can take that LCM into HCF is what? A cube. Okay, and also from the property of LCM and HCF, LCM into HCF what? A into B. So these two are same, because here I am taking that LCM into HCF, here also I am taking that LCM into HCF. So can I say that A cube is equal to A into B? Then A ones are A squared, so B value is equal to what? A square. So what are the two numbers? First number is A, the second number B means that instead of B can I take that A square, right? So obviously, as per the given condition, the two numbers are what? The two numbers are A and A square. The two numbers are what? In order to satisfy this condition, the two numbers are A and A square. Now let's see that the first condition. Which of the following statement is correct means the first one. The difference of the numbers is an even number. The difference of the numbers. Obviously A square is the bigger one, so A square minus A. Difference of these two numbers means that what? A square minus A. How do I write these numbers? A square minus A means that if you take A common, the remaining one is what? A minus 1. So what do you understand by A into A minus 1? A is into A minus 1. A, if you take any number for A minus 1 is what? Just before that number, just preceding that number. If I take A is 9, A minus 1 means that what? 8, right? It is nothing but number into any number into preceding number. And in other words, we can say that product of two consecutive numbers. Okay. Now the condition is the difference of the two numbers is an even number. Yes, obviously, the rule of even number. See, 4 into 5, 20. What is this number? 20 is an even number. If you take the product of any two consecutive numbers, it is always an even number. Randomly you choose any number. 2 into 3, 6 even number. Some 19 into 20, 380 even number. So the product of two consecutive numbers or the product of a number into the preceding number is always an even number. right? Even if you don't know that rule, you can randomly choose two numbers and you can check that it is a into a minus 1 means that number into the preceding number. Randomly you choose two numbers, then you check that whether the final product is even number or not. Yes, the first one is what? Absolutely correct. Next, one of the numbers is a perfect square. One of the numbers is a perfect square. What are the two numbers we got finally? A and a square. A square means that what? Obviously it is a perfect square. So the second one is also correct. So which one is correct? Both 1 and 2 are correct. Both 1 and 2 are correct. Right? Next, divisibility rule. Number system divisibility rule. See, 11 divisibility rule. You already know that what is the 11 divisibility rule. If the difference of sum of the alternative digits is 0 or 11 multiple, then we say that the number is completely divisible by 11. So what is given? X and y are two digits and the number 4x. I means that x and y are two different digits, single digits. It is given that a number 4x 5y 790. 4x 5y 790. 4x 5y 790 is completely divisible by 11. It is given that there is a number 4x 5y and 790. It is given that what? It is completely divisible by 11. Then what is the remainder? The question is what is the remainder if x plus y is divisible by 11? If x plus y is divisible by 11. Okay. Here it is given that this number is completely divisible by 11. If any number is completely divisible by 11, what is the divisibility rule? Difference of the sum of the alternative digits. So I choose that 4, 5, 9, 0. Sum of the alternative digits. 4 plus 5 is 9, 9 plus 7 is what? 16, 16 plus 0 is 16 minus remaining alternative digits is what? 9 plus x plus y. The difference must be equal to 0 or 11 multiple. Let me check with 0. You can always take 0 first. If you get that answer, okay. Otherwise, then you will go for the 11 multiples. First, let me start with 0. 16 minus 9 means that what? 7. Minus of x plus y is equal to 0. Therefore, x plus y value is equal to what? 7 only. I get that x plus y value is equal to 7. Okay, now the question is directly asked, what is the remainder when x plus y is divisible by 11? I already got that x plus y value, a positive value, so I don't need to change 0. X plus y, directly I can take that. What is the x plus y? X plus y is 7, 7 divided by 11. What is the remainder when 7 is divided with 11? So I told you already. So when a smaller number is divisible by larger number, the remainder is always the smaller number, right? We know that. A smaller number, whenever you divide a smaller number with the larger number, the remainder is always the smaller number. So remainder of 7 by 11 is what? 7. This year also we have good number of questions from the number system, as I said. Okay? So this is a very basic question from the number system. If we already did the number system divisibility rules, basic problem from the divisibility rules. So answer is what? 7 is the answer. Okay? Right. So please read the next problem. Here it is given that an alloy P contains, there is an alloy. So this is actually related to the mixtures and allegations and mixtures. Allegations and mixtures concept. So there is an alloy P. In this alloy P, alloy means a combination of different metals. Copper contains 20%. Copper is 20% and zinc is 80%. Another alloy Q contains copper and zinc. Copper contains 60%, zinc contains 40%. a third alloy R is to be prepared from P and Q. Okay, two alloys were already there, P and Q. The quantity of copper and zinc in P and Q is given. Now the third alloy is made up with the first two, right? First two alloys, that is P and Q. So you mix that. R is nothing but, here we have a alloy which is taken from alloy P and alloy Q. Okay. Then for this, what is the condition? What is the copper and zinc here? The copper and zinc, as it contains equal amount of copper and zinc. Equal amount means that what? 50% and 50%. In what ratio amounts of P and Q be mixed in order to get R? And most of the questions are very standard and basic questions. It is a very basic question of allegations and mixtures. Okay. Here, when an alloy is formed from the two alloys, you can apply that allegation. Allegation means that mixture. You can, so this is a mixture of P and Q. You can use directly allegation concept. So either you take that copper or you can take that zinc, right? So basic property of allegation, there is copper of P, copper of Q, and copper of R is taken here. Copper of P is what? 20%. What is the copper quantity from Q? 60%. Okay, 20% and 60%. So this now has a mixture of R. R is what now? 50%. Since it is a allegation concept is simply to find out the ratio. So this value, first value is this minus this, 60 minus 50 is what? 10 is to, the second value is what? 50 minus 20. So that is what? 30. So 0, 0 cancel. What is the ratio? 1:3. So P value is 1 and Q value is 3. So 1:3. In fact, it is a direct and a basic problem of mixtures and allegation. Mixtures and allegation and a concept meek teliste, it is a very basic and standard question. Okay, so just either if you take the zinc, you will get the same answer. Even if you take that, see, from alloy P you take zinc, same from alloy Q you take zinc. R is a mixture of both of them, so that mixture will be taken here. But which value you are taking? That Z value. I mean zinc value you are taking that. Either you can completely take the copper values, or you can completely take the zinc values. Zinc value here. Now allegation means that suppose if A, B values are there, C, then the ratio of A is to B is, this is the first one and this is the second one. Then allegation can be like this. The ratio of allegation is B minus C. This minus this. The second term is C minus A. Okay, so this minus this, 40 minus 50 means that what? Minus 10. 50 minus 80 is what? Minus 30. Minus get cancelled, 0, 0 cancel, 1:3. Either way we will get the same answer. 1:3 is the answer. Yes, copper, see, it is the mixture from this. Allegation basic concept. This. Yes. If you take copper, you can completely take copper. If you take zinc, you can completely take the zinc values. Okay, just by looking, if you know the basic concept of allegation and mixtures, you can directly use it. Okay, because it is a basic concept of allegations and mixtures. Okay, right, next. Again, the same type of model was asked in previous year question. What is given? A is a 2-digit number with different digits. A is a 2-digit number. 2-digit number means that what? X and Y. The complete number of system topics. When you look at the previous year questions, most of the questions are based on this, right? 2-digit numbers and then the numbers are reversed. What is the point I told you in the class? When a number, when you are assuming a number, a 2-digit number or 3-digit numbers, especially in terms of variables, you should always express the mathematical value, right? XY, when you give the mathematical value to this, X is in the tens place, Y is in the units place. What is the value of XY? 10x plus Y. B is also a 2-digit number and is obtained by reversing the digits of A. Then B is equal to what? If A value is XY, B value should be what? YX. What is the mathematical value of what? This Y is in tens place, so 10Y plus X. Now next it is given that A minus B is a multiple of 27. What is A minus B? A minus B value is 10x minus x, 9x y minus 10y. So it means that 9y. Finally, it can be written as what? 9 into x minus y. 9 into x minus y, which is equal to what? 27 multiple. So this type of questions were asked from 2019 to 2025 regularly every year. Every year we had the same type of questions, right? That's why doing previous year questions plays an important role. So x minus y value is what? 3 multiple. X minus y value is equal to what? 3 multiple. Okay, 3 multiple means that since x and y are single digit numbers, there are two cases. X minus y is equal to 3. X minus y is equal to 3 2s are 6. 3 multiples, right? X minus y is equal to 9. Okay, only we take the single digits. So that's why the last value 3 multiple as taken as 9. Okay, if x minus y is 3, then what are the different values for x? We have to find out how many such different a's are possible, and we'll have to take that all such type of 2-digit numbers. First, x minus y is equal to 3 means that how do we take that? 9 minus 6. 96 is one number. Okay, next 8 minus 5. It means that a values are what? 96 and 85. Of course, no need to write that, just count that how many we have that. 7 minus 4. If you take that x value 7, then y value should be 4. It means that a value is equal to what? The number should be 74. Likewise, and you know that all previous year questions have the same type of pattern. Next 6 minus 3, 5 minus 2. Okay, so 4 minus 1. Right? So these are the numbers, right? A numbers A is what are the different numbers can be possible for A? 96, 85, 74, 63, 52, 41. Next number is 3 minus 0. But when you reverse it, it is 0, 3. That's why we don't take those numbers, right? So how many such possible numbers are there? 6 possible numbers are there. Okay, again x minus y should be 6 because it is a 3 multiple, not just 3. So again the numbers are 9 minus 3 is 6, 8 minus 8 minus 2, 7 minus 1. How many possibilities are there? 3 possibilities. X minus y should be 9 means that the largest value of x is 9, then y is 0. But if I take that 9t, the reverse, when you reverse the numbers, it is 0, 9. You should not write it like this. Okay, so you can't take this. So how many possibilities we have? 6 plus 3 is 9. So what is the answer? How many such a's are there? Possibility of 9. Okay, almost from 2019 onwards we have the same pattern of the question. E type lo unna questions regular every year the questions were asked, right? So answer is what? 9. Next, another very simple question. If you choose the right questions, anyone can solve this question. I mean, anyone can qualify the CSAT with minimum preparation. Here, coding and decoding related question, very simple. If 0, the code given for 0 is what? ADSN. The code given for 0 is what? ADSN. What are, see, very simple. Z to A. Z, next letter is A. Again, if you repeat the letters, Z next letter is A, right? E to D means that what? E previous letter is D. R to S means that R next letter is S. O to N means that O previous letter is N, right? So 0, the code of simple. What is the logic we are taking that? Next letter, previous letter, next letter, previous letter. The same we apply for stop. Okay, next letter, previous letter, next letter, previous letter. S next letter is what? T. T before letter is what? S. O next letter is P. P previous letter is what? O. Simple. TS. The starting questions were difficult. Okay, if you look at that first 15 questions, you might feel that, and again, last questions are also difficult. In between, we have very good questions which we can solve it. CSAT is all about choosing the right questions. Okay, the paper is not difficult. See, it is not difficult to qualify or to get 66 marks. It is difficult, of course, if if you want to get that 150 marks, 160 marks, then we would say that this is a difficult one or 100 plus. But CSAT means that what? You need to qualify the exam. Enough, 66 marks are enough. But for that, this paper is not considered as difficult one. Okay, so let's look at this problem. There are three types of rectangular tiles, that is 3 into 3 measurement and 3 into 7 measurement and 3 into 11. Okay, so we have the rectangular tiles. Okay, there are, you know the tiles, right? So what is the measurements of tiles? So 3 into 3 measurement, I mean length is 3 and width is 3. Another tile which has length or width. So you can take that width is 3 and length is 7. And also there is one more one, 3 into 11. Likewise, we have the tiles. Different tiles we have. So 3 into 3 and 3 into 7 and 3 into 11 measurement tiles we have. That we have to place it in an area of rectangular shape of dimension 3 into 100 is to be covered using these tiles without breaking them. So you should not break any of these tiles. We must have to use only these tiles without breaking any of the tiles, but it must cover 3 into 100 area. Okay, so it means that 100 length, you can take that 3 is width. So we have to use this one. If x and y are the maximum and minimum number of tiles of various sizes respectively that can be used to cover the area exactly, then what is x minus y? So x means that what? Maximum number of tiles used. X means that what? Maximum number of tiles we can use in this area, right? Y represents what? Minimum number of tiles, which can be used to place in this area without breaking any of the tiles, right? How do we cover it? So let us find out how many maximum tiles we can place. Before that, see, even the area of this rectangular field is what? 3 into 100. If you look at that, the width is common. So if you place that 3 into 3 tiles, okay, so 3 into 3 tiles, width is common. Likewise, we can place that. Width is common, so just forget about that width. When the width is common or width is something is common, just look at the remaining measurements. The first tile, so 3 units and 7 units and 11 units and 100 units. Now the problem becomes like that. I wanted to cover 100 units of area. I have the tiles of 3 units, 7 units and 11 units. First, I find out that x value. X value means that what? Maximum tiles. How many maximum tiles I can use? In order to place that maximum number of tiles, each one length should be minimum, right? If I take that 3 units, 3 units, 3 units, then I'll get that maximum number of tiles. Then I can place that maximum tiles, right? So obviously I should use that minimum length of tile. So what is the minimum length of tiles from the given one? 3. Okay, here I have to, the total area is what? 100 square units. Now I am using 3 square units tile. How can it be possible? How many I can use it? The greatest possibility is, suppose if I take the 33 tiles, 3 units tiles, if I take that 33, then what is the complete area it covers? 99 units. The remaining we left with 1 unit, but we don't have 1 unit tile, right? So I just reduce this 33 number to 2, 33 into 32. Okay, now I am using the 3 units tiles, 32. 3 units tiles, like 32 I am using. Then it is 96. Still I have left with 4 unit tiles, I don't have it. Again I change the number to 31. If I take 31, then what is the number? 93. 93 means that 100 we need to cover. 93 units is already covered. What is the remaining one? 7 units. Okay, yes. Now I can use 3 units tiles, 31 plus extra 7 is left. We also have that 7 unit tile. That remaining portion can be placed by 7 unit tile. Now how many I am using? 3 units tiles 31 and 7 unit tile 1. So total maximum tiles, how many I can use? 32. Similarly, y represents what? Y represents minimum number of tiles. Okay, minimum tiles. In order to place that minimum number of tiles, obviously I have to use that maximum length, right? What is the maximum length of the tile? 11. Now I'll take that 11. 11 units tiles, how many I can use it? Just take the nearest multiple of 100. 11 nines are 99. If I take that 9, then 11 into 99, so 1 is left. 1 unit tile, we don't have it. Then the other possibility is what? I can take that 11 unit tiles, 8. Then it is 88. Extra, how much I have left with? 12. How do I get this 7? 12. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. If I take the 3 unit tiles, if I place the 3 unit tiles, 4. 3 units tiles and 4, 4, 4 then obviously I'll get 12. It is covered, right? Now how many minimum tiles I am using? 11 unit tiles, 8. Similarly, 3 unit tiles are 4. So then 8 plus 4 is what? 12. So maximum number of tiles I am using is what? 32. And similarly, minimum number of tiles I am using is what? 12. Now finally the question is, what is the value of x minus y? What is the value of x minus y? X value is 32 and y value is what? 12. 32 minus 12 is what? 20. So answer is 20 is the answer. Okay, ma'am? 20 would be the answer. This is 48. This also you can solve it, but not in the beginning. A moderate question. Next. Just read the problem, we can do it. Yeah, a train has to complete a journey of 800 kilometers. If it meets a minor accident, its speed becomes half of the existing speed. If there is a mechanical defect, the speed becomes 1/4 of the existing speed. On its way, the train meets with a minor accident after 200 kilometers and 400 kilometers thereafter it develops a mechanical defect. Had the train developed the mechanical defect after 200 kilometers and met the minor accident 400 kilometers thereafter, it would have taken 4 hours more to reach its destination. What was the original speed of the train in kilometer per hour? Bit lengthy. We'll see how to solve it. So what is the information? A train has to complete a journey of 800 kilometers. Suppose if the train meets a minor accident, then its speed becomes what? Half of the existing speed. Existing speed. If there is a mechanical defect, then the speed of the train becomes what? 1/4 of the existing speed. 1/4 of the existing speed. Okay, on its way, so this is the condition. If the train runs with a normal speed, okay, but if it met with a minor accident, then the speed is reduced by half of the existing speed. Again, if there is any mechanical defect, then the speed is reduced by whatever the existing speed, for that 1/4. Now the condition, first condition is on its way the train meets with a minor accident after 200 kilometers. You see, so first the train meets with a minor accident after 200 kilometers. After traveling 200 kilometers, then it met with a minor accident. Next, and 400 kilometers thereafter, it develops a mechanical defect. Okay. Right, had the train developed the mechanical defect after 200 kilometers. This is the first scenario. Let's look at this one first. First 200 kilometers, there is no problem at all. After 200 kilometers, the train met with a minor accident, and then it travels for 400 kilometers. Again, there is a mechanical defect. So what is the entire journey? The entire journey covers 800 kilometers. This is 200, 400, 600 is already done, over. So the remaining journey should be for 200 kilometers. Suppose if I take that speed, original speed of the train is x. Then after 200 kilometers, it met with a minor accident, means that if the train met with a minor accident, then the speed is reduced by half of the existing speed. Half of the existing speed means that what? Half of x. Half of x means that x by 2. It means that this 400 kilometers journey moves with a speed of what? X by 2. Now you take the remaining part, 200. After these 400 kilometers, there is a mechanical defect. So what is the condition for mechanical defect? 1/4 of the existing speed. 1/4 of the existing speed means that 1/4 of what is the now the train is moving with x by 2 speed. So 1/4 of x by 2 means that what? X by 8. Okay, so this is the speed of the entire journey. First 200 kilometers, if I consider original speed is x, then x. Next 400 kilometers, the speed is reduced to x by 2. Next 200 kilometers, the speed is reduced to x by 8. Okay, this is the first case. Suppose had the train developed the mechanical defect after 200 kilometers. Now the second case we'll see that. So after 200 kilometers, there is a mechanical, first mechanical, in the earlier case first minor accident, now it is mechanical defect. After 200 kilometers and met minor accident 400 kilometers thereafter, again the same after 400 kilometers, now there is a minor accident. It would have taken 4 hours more to reach the destination. Okay, so again the entire journey is for 800 kilometers, it is 200, 400, so the remaining one is what? 200 kilometers. Again if I take that, already I take that original speed is what? Original speed is x. After 200 kilometers, there is a mechanical defect. Mechanical defect means that what? 1/4 of the existing speed. 1/4 of existing speed was x. So 1/4 means that what? X by 4. Next, met with minor accident. Minor accident means that what? 1/2 of existing speed. What is that? Now what is the existing speed? X by 4. So x by 4 into 1/2 means that what? This last 200 kilometers travels with x by 8 speed. Now, so the difference of the time, it would have taken 4 hours more. It would have taken 4 hours more means that more or less, already I told you, when time is given as more or less, it means that obviously it is talking about what? Difference of the times. So you just find out the time for the first one. Time is equal to what? Time means that we know that distance by speed. So first one, you see that distance by speed means that the first part is 200 by x. Next 400 divided by x by 2. Distance by, speed, now speed is what? X by 2. So 400 divided by x by 2 means that what? We can write it as 800 by x. Next 200 divided by x by 8. So 8 into 200, 1600 by x. After simplification, the value of t is what? 2000. This is 2400, 2600 by x. So t value is what? For this entire journey, the time period is what? 2600 x. Let's say that this is t1. Next, in the second case, same 200 by x, time is equal to what? Distance by speed, 200 by x. Next 400 divided by x by 4 means that what? 1600 by x plus 1600 by x. So what is t2 value? 3400 divided by x. 4 hours more means that what? The difference between the two speeds is what? 2 times is 4 hours. Take the difference, 2400, 3400. What is the difference? 800. 800 by x. If I take that t2 minus t1, 800 by x. 800 by x is equal to what? 4. Therefore, x value is equal to what? 200. So we need to find out that what was the original speed. Original speed is represented by x. The original speed is 200. Okay, again this problem is bit time consuming. Don't attempt this type of questions in the exam. Okay. So don't attempt this type of questions in the exam in the earlier go. So only if you had time after solving all the problems, then you come back to this type of question. Easy but time consuming. Okay. So you can always leave this type of questions. That is the art of writing questions, art of selecting questions and art of writing question paper, right? Okay. Next. Look at this. If you just read the problem, you can understand it. in a recruitment process, the selection of candidate is based on their performance in 3 components. The weightage of the components is given 1, 2, 3 or 0.2, 0.3 and 0.5 respectively. Use the data given below. Find the cutoff score if the exactly 3 candidates to be selected. Not difficult if you understand it. What is given? There are 5 candidates. Okay. So cutoff will be chosen based on their performance in the 3 components. Okay. Cutoff will be chosen from based on the performance of 3 components. 3 components. Score in the component 1, score in the component 2 is given, score in the component 3 is given. Okay. And also weightage of each component is given. Weightage of each component. Component 1 weightage is what? 0.2. For component 2 the weightage is what? 0.3. For component 3 the weightage is what? 0.5. Okay. Now we have to find out what is the cutoff mark. Let's look at this one. Here suppose if you take the first candidate, what is the score in component 1? 5. But we know that in component 1 the weightage is given 0.2. So 5 into 0.2, which is equal to what? So every time we multiply with 0.2. This is the total weightage. The total weightage is what? So score is 5 and weight of the first component is 0.2. So 5 into 0.2 is what? 1. The final weight is what? The final score is what? 1. And similarly 4 into candidate 1, score in component 2 is 4. 4 into 0.3 is what? 1.2. Similarly 6 into 0.5 means that 3. So then what is the candidate total score? From the component 1 he got the weight of 1, from component 2 2, from component 3 3. So 3 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 is that what? 5.2. Weight of the first, candidate score total weight is what? 5.2. And similarly second one, 4 into 0.2 means that what? 0.8. 6 into 0.3 is 1.8. 5 into 0.5 is what? 2.5. This is 2.6, 3.1, 5.1. What is the total one? 5.1. And similarly here you look at this one, 3 into 0.2 means that 0.6. 2 into 0.3 means that 0.6. 8 into 0.5 means that what? 4. Okay. So 0.6 into 0.6, 1.2. So it is again the total weight is what? 5.2. So 9 into 0.2 is 1.8. 4 into 0.3 is 1.2. 3 into 0.5 is 1.5. So the total weight is, this is 3 plus 1.5 means the total score is 4.5. And finally for the fifth candidate, the total weight of from the component 1, 8 into 0.2 is 1.6. 8 into 0.3 is 2.4. This is 1. 4 plus 1 is what? 5. Okay. Now after getting the final scores of candidate 1 is 5.2, 5.1, 5.2, 4.5, 5. But only 3 candidates are selected. You tell me which candidates you select. Obviously whoever get the maximum, right? So from this we have to select only 3 people, means that who are those 2 people? These 3 people, 5.2, 5.1, 5.2. 4.5, 5 is obviously less than these 3. So obviously I have to select from this. If I select from 5.1, 5.2, 5.2, so suppose if somebody is selected for 67 marks and one student gets 66 marks, another student gets 67 marks, these 2 candidates selected, it means that obviously cutoff mark is what? 66 only, the less one, right? So 5.1, 5.2, 5.2. So the cutoff mark is what? Cutoff mark is 5.1. Answer is 5.1. Okay, ma? Right, next. Partnership based question. Next one. Partnership based question. Three partners ABC entered into a business. A invested 1/3 of the capital for 1/3 of the duration. B invested 1/4 of the capital for 1/4 of the duration. C invested the remaining capital for the whole duration. Anyways, partnership related questions. What is the formula we use? Profit ratio is equal to investment ratio into time period ratio. Okay, investment ratio into time period ratio. In partnership questions, it is a very simple question. How do we share the profits in a partnership business? Profit ratio is equal to investment into time period ratio. Okay, so three people are there, A, B, C. Just we take that what is the investment of these people and for how much time period they invest. A invested 1/3 of the capital, 1/3 of the capital, and for 1/3 of the duration. This is the investment into time period of A. Similarly, B invested 1/4 of the capital. So 1/4 of the capital and 1/4 of the duration. 1/4 of the duration. So this is the capital of B and this is the investment of time period of B. C invested the remaining capital for the whole duration. C invested remaining capital means that what is the remaining capital? A is invested 1/3 and B is invested 1/4. Then this is what? 5/12 is the remaining capital, right? A fraction is a part of 1, all right? 1/3, 1/4 is over means that 1 minus, from 1 minus we have to subtract this value. So what is the remaining capital? 5/12. But the time period is what? Whole duration. Whole duration means that what? 1. The whole duration means that 1. Now you simplify it. 1/3 into 1/3 means that 1/9. 1/4 into 1/4 is 1/16. 5/12. As you know that when a ratio is given in fractions, then immediately you convert the fractions into integer ratio. How do you convert? By taking the LCM of the denominators. Whenever a ratio is in fraction, then immediately you take the LCM of the denominators, multiply each term with that LCM. Here the denominator values are 9, 16, 12. What is that? 144. Okay, is the LCM. So 1/9 into 144 into 16, 1/16, 5/12 into 1/144. 9 16s are, so 16 is to 16 9s are, and 9 is to 12 12s are 60. So what is the profit ratio of ABC? 16 is to 9 is to 60. So out of the total profit, A is taking 16 parts, B is taking 9 parts, and C is taking 60 parts. Total how many parts? 25 plus 60 means that 85 parts. The total profit parts wise is what? 85 parts. What is the total profit amount wise? 17,000. 85 2s are 170, so 200. One part value is equal to what? 200. What is the profit of C? C is taking how many? C is taking 60 parts of value. 60 parts means that 60 into one part value is what? 200. So which is equal to 12,000. So what is the answer? Answer is option A. Okay, very simple question. Profit ratio in partnership, profit ratio is equal to investment into time period ratio. Again, you can easily do it. Maximum questions, most of the questions we can easily do it. Yes, of course there are some lengthy questions. You can leave it happily, no problem. Again, this one is related to the, this problem is related to the mixtures and alligations. There are two chemicals which do not react with each other. A container contains 10 liters, so there is a 10 liters of content of the chemical A. Chemical A. 1 liter of this chemical is removed from it. So what we have done is, from this we have taken out 1 liter and 1 liter of the chemical B is poured. Okay, from these 10 liters of A quantity, 1 liter of B is taken out. 1 liter of A is taken and in the same bowl we put 1 liter B quantity. Okay, 1 liter we taken out of A and now we poured 1 liter of B into that. Again, then 1 liter of the mixture is removed. Again from this mixture of this, we remove 1 liter of A, and again 1 liter of B is poured into this. If this process replacing 1 liter of the mixture by 1 liter of B is performed one more time, so it is nothing but remove and replace. Okay, first A is removed by some quantity, then B is replaced by some quantity, then again A is removed, B is replaced, again A is removed and B is replaced. And this is a very, very important question in mixtures and alligation, right? For this problem there is a direct formula. The formula is, so in order to find out what is the volume of B that is present in the container in percentages, the direct formula is, you can into 100. Okay, you can use the direct formula. This is related to the mixtures and alligation topic. Okay, so mixtures and alligations topic, the formula is in order to find out this. So 1 minus into R by V into whole to the power of N into 100, right? 1 minus R means that what? Removed quantity. How much quantity you removed? Every time how much quantity you removed? So you can see that 1 liter of this chemical is removed. Again 1 liter of the mixture is removed. This is a very standard question, remove and replace. So R stands for how much quantity you are removing. How much quantity you are removing? 1 divided by V means the total quantity. What is the total quantity initially? What is the total quantity? 10 liters. 1 by 10. Okay, whole to the power of N. N means that, see, you are removing certain part and you are replacing with the same part, same quantity, right? You are removing and you are replacing. This process happens for how many times? See, initially 1 liter of this chemical is removed and again it is placed by B. Okay, 1 liter of B, one time. Again 1 liter of mixture is removed, again you poured 1 liter, second time. One more time this is happened. So total how many times it happens? 3 into 100. Okay, 1 minus 1 by, so this is 1 minus 10, so we can 9 by 10, 720, 729 divided by 1000 into 100. This value you can directly take it. So this is a small error, 1 minute. 1 minus, sorry, a small error. Yeah, this is the formula. One minus R means that what? How much quantity you are removing? 1 liter. The total volume is 10 and whole to the power of N means that it is repeated for 10 times. So 1 minus 10 means that what? 1 by 10 means that 9 by 10. 9 by 10 whole cube means that what? 729 divided by 1000 into 100. So 1000 into 720. So 1 minus 720 by 1000 means that what? 1000 minus 729. That is 30, 70, 800, 271 divided by 1000 into 100. So two zeros get cancelled. 271 by 10 means that what? 27.1. So the percentage is what? 27.51. So approximately 27% we can take that. See, you just remember the formula. So here directly you can use the formula, right? In order to find out the final percentage value in the quantity is, the formula is 1 minus R by V into whole to the power of N. R means that the quantity you are removing, Every time you are removing certain quantity, right? That is R value. So how much quantity every time you are removing? 1. Divided by V means that the total quantity in the container. What is the total quantity in the container? Initially 10. So that is 10. Whole to the power of n. N means that this process repeats for how many times? The process repeats for 3 times. So that is the value n indicates. So since the percentage is asked into 100, we do it. So the final value is what? 27.1%. Okay? Right. Okay, next one. A shopkeeper employs a delivery boy and gives him a motorcycle for home delivery. For every delivery, the boy is given 5 rupees. At the end of the day, he also gets 2 rupees for every kilometer of the distance covered in the day. The boy wants to earn more than 500 rupees in a day, but does not want to travel more than 100 kilometers. Which of the following numbers of deliveries would definitely meet his target? Okay, just understand the problem. See what is given in the problem. A shopkeeper employs a delivery boy and gives him a motorcycle for the home delivery. For every delivery, how much the boy charge? 5 rupees. Okay. For every delivery, the boy is charged 5 rupees. Okay. And also at the end of the day, he also gets 2 rupees for every kilometer of the distance covered. Apart from this, for every delivery, how much 5 rupees he got? He also get for every kilometer, how much amount he is getting? 2 rupees. He wants to get 500 rupees in a day, but he does not want to travel more than 100 kilometers. Maximum he can travel till 100 kilometers only. So in order to get more than 500 rupees, how many deliveries he has to meet? Right? Okay, let's see it like this. Suppose the number of deliveries per day is represented by D. Let's say that he is making D deliveries. Okay, the number of deliveries. How many deliveries every day he is taking? D, let's say that. And similarly, how many kilometers he is traveling every day? Let's say it is represented by K. Then what is the total amount he received? You tell me. Suppose let's say that he has 10 deliveries, he is doing 10 deliveries every day and he travels 20 kilometers every day. Then what is, if I ask you what is the total amount received by him, what is the total amount? For every delivery he is getting 5 rupees. Suppose if he is making 10 deliveries, what is the total amount he gets? 5 into 10 means that 50 rupees. And similarly for every kilometers he is getting 2 rupees means that for 20 kilometers, 20 into 2 means that total amount is what? 50 plus 40 is 90. This is when I take the 10 rupees, 10 deliveries and 20 kilometers. But we don't know how many deliveries he made and also what is the distance he traveled every day, right? So what I do is, I take that number of deliveries is D and I take that number of kilometers he traveled is K. Then what is the total amount he received? Yes, 5 into D, 5D plus 2 into K is what? 2K. So this is the total sum he received. What is the condition? He wants to get more than 500 rupees a day. So this is the value or this is the amount he got every day. But this amount should be what? More than 500 rupees. In order to get more than 500 rupees, how many deliveries he has to do it? Okay? And also there is a restriction that what is the maximum distance he can travel in a day? 100 kilometers only. Okay, let's take that 5D plus 2K means that K value is what? Maximum is, K value maximum is what? 100 kilometers, not more than that. So let me take that maximum value. 2 into 100 is what? 200 is 500. So 5D value is what? 500 minus 200 is 300. So therefore D value is equal to what? 60. D is obviously greater than 60. So the number of deliveries should be any number which is more than 60, right? Any number which is more than 60 deliveries. Now, which of the following number of deliveries would definitely meet his target? So number of deliveries, in order to get 500 rupees more than 500 rupees, how many deliveries he made? It must be obviously more than 60 deliveries. Look at that. Options are 80. Yes, it is more than 60. 85. It is also more than 60. 90. It is also 90, it means that in all cases he will get more than 500 rupees only, right? So we cannot take a single answer for this. The question cannot be answered due to insufficient data, right? So it is more than 60 means that the number can be anything, right? We cannot find out one single answer for this. So the final answer is what? The question cannot be answered due to insufficient data. Option D would be the right answer. Option D would be the right answer. Okay, done? Look at this. So this one basically, yeah, I'll read the question here. 1 minute. Options are basically two statements are given, statement 1 and statement 2. For two distinct real numbers x and y, which of the following is bigger? It means that is it x or y? The question is for two different real numbers x and y, which one of the following is bigger one? Okay, statement 1 is x square less than y less than 1. Statement y is root x, y is less than root x less than 1. Four options are given like this. The options are, by using statement 1 or statement 2 we can alone we can find out. Let me read the options. Options are like this. 1 minute. Question number 62. So here from 62 to 65 questions are based on data sufficiency. I'll read the options once. 1 second. Yeah, so here option A is, select the option if the question can be answered using one of the statements alone but cannot be answered using other statement. So it means that you can use only one statement to find out the answer. The second one is, if the question can be answered by using either of the statements. The third one is, question can be answered by using statement 1 and statement 2 is together. Option D is, select the option if the question cannot be answered even using any of the statements. So this is actually related to the data sufficiency. Data sufficiency questions are like this. You don't require to find out the final answer. What is the answer for this question? The question is basically whether the data is enough to find out the answer or not. That is what we have to look at. Okay, let's look at that. Statement 1 is enough to find out the answer for the given question. What is the question here? For two distinct real numbers x and y. X and y are, it is given in the question, x and y are two different real numbers. Then which of them is bigger? It means that I need to find out between x and y which is the bigger one. Okay, the question is two variables are there, x and y. Which one is bigger? Is it x bigger or y bigger? That is what we need to find out, right? So by statement 1 alone can I find out that? Okay, by using this statement, what is the statement? X square is less than y less than 1. Can I get that answer? Can I find out that which one is bigger, x and y? Okay. Basically for this type of problems, we can always take the values of x and y. Values means that random values. But again, it takes time because if you take some random values, it's not that you will get it immediately. We'll have to go for trial and error, different numbers. Suppose if I take that x is 0.4 and y is 0.5. One case is I'm taking that. See, by using statement 1, can I get a single answer? Can I get that x is bigger or y is bigger? One unique answer we want that, right? Suppose if I take that x is 0.4, y is 0.5. So here in this case, obviously y is more than x, right? Or x is 0.5 and y is 0.4. Okay, let me take the values because the values has to be changed. Has to be checked. So here I am taking that x is greater than y. Okay, so does it satisfy this condition? X square value means that what? 0.5 means that 0.25. Less than 1, it means that 0.1. Yeah, it satisfies the condition, right? If I take the values of x and y, x is 0.5, y is 0.5, x square less than y less than 1. condition is satisfied, right? Similarly, let me check. See, if I take any value of x and if I take that any value of y which is having that x is greater than y, if it is true for all the cases, then our answer is statement 1. But suppose if I take it like this, let's say that x is minus 0.5, y is 0.4. Out of these two numbers, okay, out of these two numbers, one x square value, that's why I keep that minus value here. X value is minus, suppose if I take that x is minus 0.5, y is 0.4. In this case, which one is bigger? Y is bigger. In this case, x is bigger. Let me check that whether it satisfies this condition is not. X square values means that what? 0.5 means that 0.25. Less than y means that 0.4. Less than 1. It satisfies the condition. The values are satisfying the condition. But here x is greater than y, x is less than y. Ambiguity is there. You're not getting a single answer, right? Data sufficiency means that by using any of the statements, we need to get the exact value. Okay, it should be same or common for any value you can take. If I change the values of x and y, here x is greater than y, here x is less than y, the condition is still satisfied. But we cannot 100% guaranteely say that which one is greater, right? So by using statement 1 alone, we cannot find out the answer, right? Okay, so next, second statement. If you take that x value is 0.25, y is some 0.4. Let's check that. Take this. So here, which value is more? Obviously, y value is more. Okay, so I'll take one more value. X is 0.25, y is 0.1. Now, which value is more? X is greater than y. So, first case I'm taking that y is more, and the second case I'm taking that x is more. You can take this whether it satisfies these conditions or not. Y is 0.4, root x means that what? Root 0.24 means that 0.5 less than 1. It satisfies the condition, right? 0.4 is less than 0.5 is less than 1, obviously. And similarly, it also satisfies this condition y 0.1 less than root over x means that 0.5 less than 1. Okay, it also satisfies this condition. In this case also, here y is bigger, here x is bigger. Okay, 100% certainty we cannot find out that answer. So it means that what, by using both the statements we cannot get that answer. Even if you combine these two, you don't get that answer. It is bit time consuming. Obviously it is a difficult one. Okay, so because you will have to choose the different values, it obviously takes time in the exam. Better you avoid this problem in the exam. Next. Here you take this one. If x and y are integers, then x is an even number. Okay, here it is given that x and y are two integer numbers. I want to know that whether x is an even number or not. Okay, if I take the first statement 1, take the statement 1. What is the condition given for statement 1? X square y square is even. So it means that what, xy whole square is also even number. Which number square is an even number? Obviously, even number square will becomes even number. Odd number square will not become even number, right? So, even number square is an even number. So, it means that what, x into y should be an even number only. How do you get a product of two numbers is an even number? What are the different, so if you multiply two numbers, the final product should be even number. What are the possibilities we have? Yes, if you multiply even number into even number, 2 into 2, for example, if you take that 4, it means that even number. And also, suppose if you multiply even number into odd number, 2 into 3, 6 you will get that. Even number into odd number is also an even number. And also odd number into even number is also even number. So I need to know that whether x is definitely even number or not. Can I know that from this? See, in one case, you can take that x is an even number. In another case, you can take that x is an odd number. With 100%, I cannot say that whether x is an even number or odd number. So by using statement 1 alone, I cannot find out that answer. Next, statement 2. What is statement 2? The statement 2 denotes that 1 plus x square plus y square is odd. 1 plus x square plus y square is given as odd. X square plus y square is equal to what? Odd number minus 1. Odd number minus 1 means that what? Suppose if you take that 3 minus 1, 3 is an odd number, 3 minus 1 is what? 2, even number. 7, odd number, 7 minus 1, 6. It means that what? Odd number minus 1 means that even number only. So finally, x square plus y square should be what? Even number only. When it happens, when you add two numbers, final resultant value should be an even number. When it happens, see, it happens like this. When you add even number and even number, 2 plus 2 or 4 plus 2, 6 even number, or else even if you take that odd number plus odd number, 3 plus 3, 6, or 3 plus 5, 8 even number, right? Again, in order to get even number, when you are adding two numbers, the possibilities are even number plus even number is even number, odd number plus odd number is even number. Here you can take that x can be, again, we cannot find out that x is an even number or odd number with 100% certainty, because in one case x can be even number, in another case x can be odd number. We cannot say that 100% is certainty, right? So it means that statement 2 is also wrong. By using statement 1 alone, we cannot find out the answer. By using statement 2 also alone, by using statement 2 alone also, we cannot find out that answer. Now, there is one more point. By combining these two, can we find out that answer or not? You see that here, the possibility is, the second condition if you take that, either both the numbers must be even number or both the numbers must be odd numbers. Okay? Both the numbers must be even numbers or both the numbers are odd numbers. Now coming to the previous one, if I combine this, what are the possibilities? Even into even into odd, odd into even. But if you take the second condition, there must be either two numbers are even, two numbers must be odd. There is no chance of one number is even number, another number is odd number. Okay, so you can remove this one. Now finally what? X into y is an even number. From this, even number into even number is even number. Finally even number is plus even number is what? Even number. So when you combine these two, finally what logic we will get that? Even number, x is an even number, y is an even number. Then only we will get that. Now I am finding out x is an even number or not. Yes, we are finding out x is an even number. But how we are getting? By combining these two statements. It means that option C, by combining or by taking two statements together. See, data sufficiency is not that easy. Okay, so data sufficiency questions, problems look very simple, but we'll have to go for different trial and error methods. Data sufficiency, again, you always do it in the last. Data sufficiency questions will always mislead you. Okay, so it takes time. Even if you miss 1 point, the problem would be wrong. Okay, right. There's one more question we have. See that if x, y and z are integers, each greater than z. So x, y, z numbers are integer numbers, and also all these numbers are greater than 1. Then we have to find out whether x is a prime number or not. We have to find out that whether x is a prime number or not. Okay, what is the statement? Statement is x into y square. If I take the first statement, statement 1, 116. 116 means that obviously it is divisible by 4, right? So last two digits. You can write that 4 into 29 into 4. 116 can be written as what? 29 into 4, 116, right? So now y 29 into 4 means that what? It is a perfect square number. So 2 square is 116. 116 can be written as what? 29 into 2 whole square. X is a prime number or what? Yes. In order to get here this number y square is a perfect square. Perfect square means that 4, 9, 16. But this number is possible only with 4. I take that 4 here. It is a perfect square. 4 into which number is 116, 29. So x is which number? A prime number only, right? So x is 29. Only possible number of x is what? 29. So 29 is obviously prime number. Yes, by using statement 1 alone we can find out that x is a prime number. Next, the second statement. If you take the second statement, xz is equal to 261. X into z, the product of two numbers is 261. 261, break it into product of two numbers. What are the different possibilities? So 3 8s are 24, 2 3 7s are 261. So you can take that x value is 3, z value is 87. So now you can say that x is a prime number. But wait, is it the only way we can write 261 as a product of two numbers? 2 plus 6 plus 1 means that it is also divisible by 9. I can also write it as 9 2s are 18. 18 means that 9 9s are 81. 9 into 29 is also possible. Now you see that for x, in one case we are getting x value is 3. In another case we are getting 9. It is a prime number, but it is not a prime number. Okay, when you are taking the data sufficiency with 100% certainty, we'll have to find out that answer, right? For every value, whatever the value you give, it must holds true. Here we are getting x value 3, here x, with different combination we don't get it. So we will have to get the unique answer, unique value. X is 3, x is 9. Here it is prime number, here it is not a prime number. So we cannot say that, right? So second one is wrong. So what is the answer for this one? Only statement 1 alone is sufficient to answer the question. Okay? Right. Next. Look at the next problem. The weight of x in kgs is denoted by x. The weight of a plus, see, this is a simple algebraic expressions. What is given here? A plus b plus c plus d is 17. A plus c is 6. A plus b plus c plus d is what? 17 is given. A plus c is given 6. A plus e is equal to 6. Then what is the value of b plus d? If a plus c is 6, then b plus d is what? 17 minus 6 means that 11. B plus d value is what? 11. Next, p plus q plus s plus d is 15. P plus q plus r plus b is 17. And also we know that p is equal to r, q is equal to s. Okay, better we do one thing. So we add these two expressions, p plus q plus s plus d, p plus q plus r plus b. So we add these two. If you add this, then we'll get that 2p plus 2q plus s plus r plus, okay, b plus d is equal to what? 15 plus 7, 30. So here we know that p is equal to r. P is equal to r. So instead of r, we can take that p. So 2p plus p is what? 3p plus q is equal to s. Q is equal to s means that instead of s, you can take that q. 2q plus q is what? 3q plus b plus d value is what? Already we know that 11 is equal to 32. So finally from 3 into p plus q is equal to what? 32 minus 11, which is 21. P plus q value is equal to what? 7. So what is the value of p plus q? 7, we got it. Okay. Now let's check the option. First one. What is given? B plus d together weigh less than. B plus d, it is given that less than the total weight of p plus q. P plus q. What is p plus q value? 7. B plus d value is what? 11. Is it true? B plus d value, it is given from the which of the following statement is correct? So b plus d together weigh less than the total weight of p plus q. B plus d value is what? 11. P plus q value is what? P plus q value is 7. Is it true? 11 is less than 7. Wrong, right? So option A is wrong. Option B, p plus q together weigh more than a plus c. A plus c. Okay. P plus q value is what? How much we got? 7. A plus c value is what? 6. Right. This is correct, right? 7 is obviously greater than 6. So B is correct. Option B would be the answer. A simple equation solving. Okay. If you solve the equation, we can easily do it. This is 68. Okay. Next, permutations and combinations related question. How many words can one form by shifting the letters of the word Q? The given word is what? Q. You can see that arrangement of identical objects. We have learned in the class that arrangement of identical objects, right? Because E is repeated 2 times, U is repeated 2 times. There is one more condition, Q is always followed by U. Q is always followed by U means that what? Q, U should be always together. The words thus formed need not necessarily have any meaning. Okay, whatever the words we arrange, they need not to have any meaning of it, right? Now you tell me that in how many ways I can arrange them. So total 5-letter word we have to use it, but Q and U must be always together. You know that when we take that always together condition, so in the first go we always take it as 1 unit. So this is 1 unit, 2, 3, 4. So it means that now first we need to arrange that 4 things first, 4 objects first. These two, whenever together condition is given, the together can be considered as 1 unit. So now 1, 2, 3, 4. So in how many ways these 4 can be arranged? 4 factorial ways. Next, now this Q and U can be arranged in way. So either it can be QU or UQ. Okay, so it can be done in 2 ways. Divided by, why divided by? Because identical objects are there. When identical objects are there, U is repeated for 2 times, C is repeated for 2 times. It means that what? 2 factorial divided by 2 factorial. 2 get cancelled. 4 factorial means that 24 divided by 2. So 12. So what is the answer? 12. 12 words we can arrange. It's a classic problem from the permutations and combinations, right? So this year we also had the questions from the previous permutations and combination, like 3-4 questions. Okay. Now next, X, Y, Z jump forward 4, 6 and 5 respectively at 8 AM. They all land on mark 199. How many times will they all land on the same mark? See, I'll tell you. So how many times will they all land on the same mark means that we'll have to take that X jump forward for 4 feet, let's say that. Y jumps 6 feet forward. Z jumps 5 feet forward. Okay. So how many times will they all land on the same mark? Okay. Same mark means that what? We have to take the LCM of these numbers. What is the LCM? 60 is the LCM. Suppose if we mark it like this, this is 4 and this is 5, 6. Okay. So at 60, all of them will land on the same point. Okay, you take the LCM. And how many times will they all land on the same mark between mark 195 and 1000? So the first one is what? 199. The next one is what? All of them will land on the same mark first time on the mark of 199. Now generally all of them will meet or mark on the same place at the number 60, right? So 199 plus 60 like this. After every 60 marks they meet again at the same time. So 60 here, 60 into K. So it must be between 195 into 1000. So if you take that, so it must be less than 1000. 199. So K value, what if you take that? The number should, see, because it is between 195 and 1000, right? So K value 13, if you take that, 780 plus 199, 979. So if you take that 14, then it is maximum, I mean it is crossing 1000. So what is the value of K, or how many times will they land? That is 13 times. It is basically related to the LCM and HCF. Okay, so if you do that LCM and HCF problems, it will be easy for you. Next. Yeah, we'll do it last. Let's check this first. One, fatapat we'll do it. The 73rd problem we'll do it last. Next, you do it. 8 persons. This is related to the circular arrangement. What is given? 8 persons are given. We have to arrange that 8 persons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 persons we have to arrange in a circle. Both P and R. So now you read the conditions. Both P and R adjacent to Q. P and R adjacent to Q means that what? Either you can take it as PQR or, so both P and R adjacent to Q, or you can also write it as RQP, right? So you can see that P and R adjacent to Q. Here also P and R adjacent to Q. Next, both 3 and R adjacent to S. It means that TSR, R you can write it as RST. One more. Both U and W are adjacent to V. Again, so you can write it as UVW or WVU. Now S and W are on opposite sides. S and W are opposite sides. If while going in the clockwise direction around the table from P, one meets R before T. So in order to satisfy this condition, how many persons Q cross while moving in the clockwise direction? Basically in circular arrangements, there is no starting point and no ending point. You can start from any point. Okay, let me try by taking that PQR combination. It is not that exact combination. If there is anything wrong, then we can correct it. So we'll have to start with something, right? Let me take it with PQR and we'll check that. If you get that answer, okay, otherwise we'll change that, right? So PQR, next, the combination is what? RST, right? RST must be in the same. Next, now you take this condition. You see that S and W are on opposite sides. S and W, so here it is an important point. S and W are on opposite sides. S is already taken, so W must be here now. These two are opposite. And also you know that either it should be UVW or WVU. So WVU. Okay, so PQRST UVW. Now, in order to check whether I am taking the correct order or not, further we read the statement. If while going in the clockwise direction round the table from P, suppose if you are moving from P in the clockwise direction, one meets R before T. Before you go for T, if you are taking from P, you will meet R before T. That's true, right? Whatever the condition is given, from this arrangement it holds true. I am meeting R before T only, so it means that whatever the combination I have taken, it is absolutely right. Then how many persons shall Q cross while moving in the clockwise direction? When Q is moving in the clockwise direction, how many person he has to cross before meeting W? Okay, from Q to W, okay, in the clockwise direction, how many people Q has to cross? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, Q to W in the clockwise direction, how many person he has to cross? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what is the answer? Answer is 5. Sitting arrangement, very simple question. Okay, if it is wrong, then we'll have to correct it. But whatever the arrangement I had taken, that it is true. No need to change it. Right, next. So their X means that basically it is a blank, right? X means that blank. So a letter repeating series is very common. It is a very common. Okay, in from the last 4-5 years we had the standard questions based on the letter repeating series. So X means that here blank A. Okay, let me check the 3, 5, 8, 10, 16. Once again, I'll check with the original question paper. It is, yeah, it is cross B, cross A, and after that we have only 2. Yeah, now you see this. Only 2. Okay, let us count that how many we have. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Right? When we have 15 letters, better you can break it into 5 letters. You will get an idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Last 3 letters are BAB. Let me take that BAB. If I take that BAB, and the first letter is A. Okay, so the sequence can be the letters repeated in the order of AB, BAB, AB, BAB, right? Yeah, same arrangement we got. AB, BAB, again AB, BAB. Yes, it is correct, right? But letter repeating series is very common in CSAT. From the last few years, we had repeatedly asked the same type of questions. Okay, now we have to find out the 7th and 8th positions. From the left means at this side. 7th and 8th position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 and 8 is what? B and B. So the right answer is what? B and B. Okay? Simple question. Next. See, it is given that 10 power m into 1000 into n is equal to 75 to the power of 25, 25 to the power of 32, 32 to the power of 75, where n is not divisible by 10. Then what is the value of m? If you look at the 10 into 1000 into 75, what do you understand by this? It's nothing but the number of zeros, right? So we had to find out the m value, but n is not divisible by 10 means that what? N value should not be considered. Only these values will be considered. What are these values? 10 power m into 1000. So 10 power anything into 10 power or 1000, 100 or 10,000, 1 lakh, whatever it may be. So finally you will get that zeros only at the end. 10 power m into 1000 means that finally what you will get? Obvious. And also it is given that n should not be considered. N is not divisible by 10 means that it is not applicable. You don't need to take this one. So it means that what? We have to find out the number of zeros in it. So in this product, 10 power m into 1000. 10 power m into 1000 means that 10 power m into 10 cube. It is nothing but finding out the number of zeros. How do you find out the number of zeros? From this product, you find out the number of 5s and number of 2s. Whatever the power is minimum, or 5 power is minimum or 2 power is minimum, that is your number of zeros in the product. Okay, it means that what? Only I have to consider the 5 powers and 2 powers. How do you write that? 75, 25 3s? So 25 means that 5 square whole to the power of 25. Only I am taking that 5 powers and 2 powers from this product. So again 25 means that what? 5 square 72. So 32 means that 2 power 5 into 75. So it is 5 power 50 into 5 power 64 into 2 power 5 5 is 25, 5 7 is 375. Obviously we always 5 power 50 into 5 power 64 means that how many 5s we have? 50, 64 means that 5 power 114, 375. But in order to find out the number of zeros in the product of 5 to the power of something and 2 to the power of something, we always take that 5 to the power of, we always take the minimum power between the 5 powers and 2 powers, right? What is the minimum power? Is it 114 or 375? 114. So it means that we have 114 zeros at the end product of this number. And now you see that 10 power m into 10 cube. Okay? So 10 power m into 10 cube is also 10 power m into 10 cube also gives that number of zeros at the end. How many zeros we should have? 114. Already 3 zeros are there. Then what is the value of m? Out of 114, so already 1000, for 1000 3 zeros are there. If we have 111 instead of m, if we had 111, then 10 power 111 into 10 cube, 111 plus 3 is 114, right? So then what is the value of m? M value should be 111, option B. Actually it is again number system. In the number system concept we have discussed that highest power, maximum power, minimum power and number of zeros at the end product of any number, right? Yeah, so this is the one. So answer is 114. And look at that last question. A problem is based on time and distance. Okay? Problem is based on time and distance. Actually it is train's problem. The speed of a train is 100, speed of train is 100 km per hour. Speed of train is 100 kmph. Another person P, the speed of the person is what? 4 km per hour. T crosses P, train crosses person in 15 seconds if P travels along the direction of motion of T. See, there is a train is moving in this direction. If the train is moving with a speed of what? 100 kmph, the person is also moving in the same direction. What is the speed of person? 4 km per hour. He is also moving in the same direction. This train crosses this person in 15 seconds. Suppose if the person is moving in the reverse direction, if train is moving in this direction, the person is moving in the opposite direction, then in how many seconds the train crosses the person, right? Yeah, so it is very simple. Time is equal to what? Time is equal to distance by speed. Here distance means what? Length of the train divided by speed. So when you are taking the speeds, relative speed we'll take that. When objects are moving in the same direction or moving in the opposite direction, we take the relative speed, right? Okay. So in the first case, they're moving in the same direction. Same direction means that what? 100 minus 4 means that same direction means that subtract the speeds. 100 minus 4 means that what? 96 km per hour. Okay, time means that what? Time here it is given 15 seconds. Units, that's why I said that units are always important in time and distance. So length of the train divided by 96. It is in kilometer per hour. Speed is in kilometer per hour. Since it is given in seconds, we have to convert from kilometer per hour to meter per second. How do you convert? By multiplying with 5 by 18. So length of the train is equal to what? Cross multiply 15 into 96 into 5 by 18. Length of the train is what? 15 into 96 into 5 by 18. Now the question is what? Suppose if the train is moving in one direction, the person is coming in the opposite direction, in how much time they will meet? Again, time required is equal to distance. Distance here means that length of the train divided by relative speed. When they are moving in the opposite direction, the speeds must be what? Speed of the train and speed of the person must be added. So the time is equal to length of the train. Length of the train is what? 15 into 96 into 5 by 18. Here the denominator part is what? Speeds must be added. If you add the speeds, 100 plus 4 is what? 104. 104 into, again it is in kilometer per hour, convert into meter per second. 5 by 18. 18 get cancelled. 5 3s are and 4 24s are. 4 2s are 8, 4 6s are. 2 12s are 2 13s are. So how much it is? 36 by 1 minute. So wait. Here one more time I'll do it. Length of the train. Length of the train is what? Length of the train means that 15 into 96 into 5 by 18 divided by speed of train plus, so they are moving in the opposite direction. Okay, so opposite direction means that speeds must be added. 100 plus 4 means that what? 104, but it is in kilometer per hour, so we have to convert in meter per second. Meter per second means that we have to multiply with 5 by 18. 5 by 18, 5 by 18 get cancelled. So here 8 1s are 8 2s are, 8 1s are 8 3s are. 15 2s are 30, 15 1s are 180 divided by 13. 180 by 13 means that, so finally we get that approximately 13.8. So directly I'm writing that 13.8 is the answer. Option C would be the answer. Okay, ma'am? A simple question based on that trains, time and distance. Look at that one last question. A toy T jumps forward or backward. There is a toy. It can jump forward or it can jump backward. The toy can jump in the forward direction or backward direction like this. In each forward jump, it moves 5 forward steps. Okay? The toy, for every forward step, it moves 5 forward steps. Okay, if for every forward jump, it takes 5 forward steps. And similarly, for every backward jump, it takes that 2 backward steps. If in 31 jumps T moves exactly, the toy moves exactly 15 forward steps, then what is the difference between the number of forward and backwards? Let's say that number of forward jumps is represented by F. The number of forward jumps, if it is represented, suppose if I say that the number of forward jumps is represented by F, and similarly suppose if I take that number of backward jumps is represented by B. Okay, So steps means that, jumps means that either it can be forward jump or backward jump. Suppose if I take that the total number of forward jumps, if it is represented by F, total number of backward jumps is represented by B. Now you see that in total how many jumps are made? Total 31 jumps. In this 31 jumps, there are forward jumps and there are backwards jumps, right? So what is the total number of jumps here? 31. I represent the number of forward jumps by F, the number of backward jumps by B, right? So 31 jumps or total jumps means that it is nothing but forward jumps and backward jumps. Together, what is the value? 31 only, right? The total number of jumps is nothing but number of forward jumps plus number of backward jumps. Next. And also it moves exactly 15 forward steps, okay? So in 31 jumps, after moving forward and backward, total number of steps made by it is what? 15 forward steps. Okay, you know that for every forward jump, how many steps it takes? 5 forward jumps, 5 forward steps, okay? So how many forward jumps it makes? For every forward jump, it takes 5 forward steps. How many forward jumps it made? F. For every forward step, for every forward jump, it takes that 5 forward steps. So total how much? 5 into F, 5F only. The total number of steps is what? 5F. And similarly, backward jumps, for every backward jump, it takes 2 backward steps. How many backward jumps happens? B. So 2 into B means that 2B minus 2B, which is equal to what? 15. Solve the equation. So multiply this first one is with 2, then it becomes 2F plus 2B is equal to 62. 5F minus 2B is equal to 15. 7F is equal to what? 77. F is equal to what? 11. So the number of forward jumps is what? 11. And similarly, you just substitute this value into one of the equation. B is equal to what? 31 minus 11 is equal to 20. Okay, the number of backward steps is equal to what? The number of backward jumps is 20. Now we need to find out the difference between the number of forward jumps and backward jumps. What is the total number of forward jumps? 11. The number of backward jumps is 20. Difference between number of forward jumps and backward jumps is what? 20 minus 11 is equal to 9. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer is 9. Okay. Yeah. So there are also 3-4 questions we have left with, but that is lengthy. So we have left with some lengthy questions. Right. It's not a big deal. The thing is, to qualify CSAT, this question paper is not a hurdle, right? Only thing is you have to choose the right questions. The beginning questions are critical, difficult. The last questions are also difficult. But in between, if you choose the questions, there are so many questions which you can easily try. Okay. So again, one more point is, forget about this year. Even if you write CSAT for the next year, please make a strategy. CSAT is not just about getting more marks. CSAT is all about choosing the right questions to score 66 out of 200. Okay, even if you take the last year papers, the same strategy, he maintained the same strategy. There is no, nothing like there are some changes in the question paper. Of course, so at least 4 or 5 questions, maybe some questions were different, but most of the paper pattern was same. Okay. So this trend was started in 2019, the same trend was continued till this year. You can expect the same trend in the next year also. What you have to do is, you have to prepare from the beginning and don't panic. Even in the exam, it's all about choosing the right questions. Okay? Right. Okay, ma. Thank you. Thank you very much. Stop it here.